who are flying in to take on the Memorial Mustangs.
Yeah, they're flying in. They won their first district game last week. So did McAllen Memorial, so both teams are entering this game 1-0 on the new season.
Yeah, and that's it's part of that whole new season that we talk about. You know, you have your non-district games, kind of work out the kinks and get your lineup set and everything like that. But now district action, you're going to go with your heavy hitters as much as you can.
Yeah, and this can be that bump in the road that McAllen Memorial needs early in district play. You know, Mission coming in, almost an enigma. You don't know what you're going to get. They've had a kind of a topsy-turvy season coming into this game. But McAllen Memorial playing good football after their impressive win last week.
Yeah, they demolished their opponent, La Jolla Palmview, 49-7. Their Campbell Spates, the running back, had 4 touchdowns in that game, and he was back to his old self, so to speak. He'd had a couple of games where he's kind of slowed down there.
You know, they threw the ball early against Westlake East, but they want to go back to that run. They want to establish a run, something they weren't able to do against Los Fresnos and San Benito.
Yeah, well, we talked to Campbell Spates, the sophomore running back for McAllen Memorial, earlier this week, and here's what he had to say.
Our expectations are to go out there and dominate. It is our homecoming game, so there's going to be a lot of excitement going into this game, a lot of fans there. So we're just going to go and play our ball game and play Mustang football. We're going to prepare the way we need to prepare, just like we would prepare for any other game, and we're going to treat it like any other game, and we're going to go out there and we're going to play to the best of our ability. People are stepping up every week, becoming more of a leader, and you know, it's a tight group. We're all very friendly. We're all nice to each other. We love each other like brothers.
And another interesting development with McAllen Memorial is their quarterback situation. Angel Armageddon came back a little bit last week in some spot duty. He was the starter at the start of the year, but he should be playing a little bit more here tonight.
Yeah, and he was impressive. I got to see his first game against Sherryland Pioneer when he got injured. And with him in the lineup, if he's playing quarterback for them, even in spot minutes, he's going to be another dynamic to this team because he throws the ball extremely well.
Yeah, he does, and of course Sean Scugan will be listed as the starter for tonight, but you could see both of those men working in there at quarterback. Coach Bill Littleton not afraid to shuffle in his quarterbacks. He's done that several times already this season. Well, let's take a quick break. We'll talk about Mission when we come back. You're watching The Sideline Show.
Physician's assistant, and I want to go into like the medical field.
Welcome back to the Sideline Show. I'm Mark May here along with Jake Berry talking about tonight's game. The Mission Eagles coming up against the Memorial Mustangs. Both teams are 3-2 overall, 1-0 in district play. Mustangs haven't won at home yet this year, so I know that that's a trend that they'll look to reverse as they take on these Mission Eagles. And speaking of Mission, what are some of the things you have about Mission?
Well, I think what you're going to see with Mission is Coy Detmer, if you're not familiar with Coy Detmer, former Mission star and also NFL star. Oh, great NFL quarterback.
Yeah, took him to the to Mission Eagles to the state semifinals back in '91, I think it was.
Yeah, he's been able to cultivate some great quarterbacks there, even when they've gotten hurt. He's been able to grow their quarterbacks pretty well. They've always had good quarterbacks coming through. I have to imagine that they're still going to air out the ball, even though they probably want to see if they can run and chew up some clock as well.
Yeah, and speaking of Coy, you might remember his father, Sonny Detmer, was a longtime coach of the Mission Eagles back in the 90s. Coached Coy, of course, and then Coy went on to play Division I ball at Colorado, played a little bit of pro ball with Philadelphia Eagles. So here's somebody who certainly knows the sport of football and how to teach it to young players. Well, speaking of quarterbacks, it'll be Damian Gomez, who will be starting for the Mission Eagles tonight. He's 6'1", 185 pounds. He's just a sophomore and on a very young offense here.
Yeah, it's a young team, but what you're going to see with them is that Coy Detmer is going to get them ready for district play. You see with that first win that they had in district. I think it's going to keep rolling with them, but I do think that it's going to be very hard for them to stop the running attack of McAllen Memorial.
Yeah, they beat La Jolla High School 20-15 last week in their district win. Their other wins over PSJA North and then Eagle Pass win up there north of Laredo. But yeah, I think you're right. Mission's defense has a tall order in front of them tonight. They give up about 21 points a game, but this I think will be the strongest team they face so far.
Yeah, and I think if you look at the size of McAllen Memorial, they're going to wear on them, and this might be a two-half game. You know, they're going to wear them out in the early part of the second half.
You know, the offensive line for McAllen Memorial, they average 250 pounds.
They're
per
healthy.
man. Yeah, and they just lean on you, and you know, you lose energy that way. So yeah, it is going to be a tall order for the Mission Eagles. And of course, we mentioned Campbell Spates and Emiliano Cruz out of that backfield, and of course the quarterbacks and Almaguer and Scugan. The receivers too. They don't throw much, like you said, but they are effective when they do. They got Josh Sanchez and Ethan Bazan are the key targets.
Yeah, they like to go a lot with their vertical routes, and you know, which they did before with DJ Johnson, where they're going to run the play action and look for an over-the-top pass where the safety bites. So look for Sanchez to get some big yards when he does catch.
Yeah, he's tall, lanky receiver, 6'4", so he's a big target down there. Bazan has some speed; he can get open too. So yeah, that will be something we kind of look for tonight. I'm sure Memorial will be running that running game and trying to set up for play action later on. And that may be key in the second half.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yep. All right. We'll take one more break. Back with our final word in just a moment. You're watching The Sideline Show, brought to you by BridgeNet Communications.
I'm definitely going to go for my master's in business administration. That's really what I want to go for. But as far as like my career, I'm looking at being a stock trader or something in the stock market.
My dream is to be an architect because I could build stuff out of nothing, out of empty parking lots, out of empty pieces of lands, and convert them into these huge, beautiful pieces of art.
And back here on The Sideline Show, I'm Mark May, along with Jake Berry, getting ready for tonight's kickoff between the Mission Eagles and the McAllen Memorial Mustangs. Kickoff at 7:30 p.m. And Memorial has even another reason to be fired up, besides it being a district game. It's homecoming.
Yeah, so you're going to see a bunch of mums out there.
Moms and mums.
Yeah, moms and mums, and male mums. What are those called again? Garters. So yeah, we'll have a bunch of those out there.
Yeah, it'd be fun. You'll see probably a lot more people too, because you'll have graduating classes. I guess they're on the 8s now, class of 2008, and then 98 and 88. Memorial opened up in 1980, so 37 years as a high school program, and then, of course, under Bill Littleton in his 14th year as head coach. He's recently won his 100th game as head coach of the Mustangs, so you know they're flying high under Coach Littleton, and a lot of more people will be out there tonight with celebrating the homecoming as McAllen Memorial gets ready to take on the Mission Eagles. Well, Jake, any final thoughts?
No, I think it's going to be an interesting game. I think Mission's got to put some points on the board early to stay ahead of Memorial in the second half, because I think Memorial will take it in the second half.
Yeah, that's what I think. as well. Well, hope you enjoy the game. We're going to have it for you. You'll be able to hear the audio on McAllenisd.org, and then after the game, the whole thing is uploaded. You can watch the video too. Of course, the most fun part is being at the stadium itself. And of course, afterwards, we'll be live for the post-game show. So stay around for that. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll continue with our pregame after this and getting ready for kickoff between Mission and McAllen Memorial.
I'm definitely going to go for my master's in business administration. I really want to go for, but as far as like my career, I'm looking at being a stock trader or something in the stock market.
Time now for another edition of Football Night in McAllen. It's district action. The McAllen Memorial Mustangs taking on the high-flying Mission Eagles. Coming to you right here at McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium. They'll collide next right here on Football Night in McAllen.
It's the October Red Tag sale going on now at Gonzalez Furniture.
Now save $400 on a beautiful 5-piece transitional style bedroom set, now only $8.99.
And take advantage of 4 years, no interest.
Plus free valley-wide delivery. Gonzalez Furniture, your discount furniture store.
And we're back here on Football Night in McAllen, just moments away from kickoff. I'm Mark May here along with Jake Berry, being the substitute teacher of sorts for Mario Reyna, who's up accepting awards for his PE program. And we'll have more on that next week when he returns. Tonight, though, we've got McAllen Memorial taking on the Mission Eagles. District game. What are your thoughts on tonight's game?
Well, it's going to be an interesting game. Mission's coming in here, and if what they sent you is correct, they're going to be in a 4-4-3. So they're going to dare McAllen Memorial to throw the ball. And if McAllen Memorial can throw the ball like they did against Westlake East, this could be a big night for McAllen Memorial.
Yeah, the Mustangs had 4 touchdown passes in that game in a 28-14 victory. But their bread and butter, of course, is the run. As we take a look at our keys to the game, we'll start with the Mission Eagles, though. Their backfield, and it's a young backfield. They've got no more than 5 sophomores starting on the offense, including the offensive line, but their quarterback and running backs are both sophomores. So we'll keep an eye on that as to how they handle tough situations with the experience factor. Then McAllen Memorial with their running game. Of course, they've got Campbell Spates, who comes in with close to 600 yards rushing, carrying over 5 yards a carry, 7 touchdowns for him. Emiliano Cruz has 3 rushing touchdowns, close to 300 yards on the ground. And we'll look for the Mustangs to grind it out on the ground here tonight. They average about 240 yards a game. And, of course, turnovers, always a big factor, could tilt the balance of the game. It can dominate statistically, but if you lose the turnover battle, you could possibly lose the game. So we'll keep an eye on that, especially early on, as there we take a look at the sophomore running back Campbell Spates, his older brother, now running the ball for the Stanford Cardinal. And Campbell doing a good job here with the McAllen Memorial Mustangs. And there we take a look at Coy Detmer, head coach of the Mission Eagles. His dad, Sonny Detmer, the longtime coach of the Eagles back in the 1990s. Of course, Coy was a quarterback at Mission. Took him to the state semifinals back in 1991 and played in the NFL briefly with the Philadelphia Eagles. So this is a person who really knows the sport of football and sophisticated offensive attacks. And then Coach Bill Littleton in his 14th year as head coach of the Mustangs. He's far and away the winningest coach in the program's history. Earlier this season won his 100th game as head coach of the Mustangs. So we're about set to get started. And we're going to have our national anthem when we come back. It's the Mission Eagles taking on the McAllen Memorial Mustangs in district action. And coming up next, we'll have our national anthem. And we'll be back with more football in McAllen right after this.
Fight blue, fight gold, fight tonight.
Great open there, cut by Mr. Eric Garza there. A nice video there. And the Mission Eagles getting ready to take on the McAllen Memorial Mustangs here on Football Night in McAllen. I'm Mark May with Jake Berry. Just a moment away from the national anthem. I think first we're going to hear the Memorial alma mater right now. It is homecoming, so we've got members of the class of 2008 and 1998, 1988 out there here tonight, and of course many other Memorial graduates out there as part of the audience as well. Well, tonight it's McAllen Memorial against the Mission Eagles, and we understand that it's going to be Memorial starting off with the football. So Jake, what do you think they'll come out wanting to do?
Well, they're going to want to establish the run early, which they do most of the time anyways, but they're going to establish the run. And what Mission's going to do is they're going to load the box trying to stop that. So it's going to be a war of attrition out there.
Yeah, it should be interesting then that first series to see how it goes and how teams make adjustments along the way. So let's go ahead and take a look at some starters right quick. We see the backs and receivers. Sean Scugan will be starting at quarterback, then Campbell Spates and Emiliano Cruz in the backfield, then Larson Bazan and Josh Sanchez are the receivers. Now the offensive line, and they average 250 pounds a man, and Ricky Garcia, Alexander Escobar making a new start here tonight, Marcus Robles at the center, and then Aaron Ramirez and Mauricio Paez. Those are the two heavy guys on that right side of the line. And we take a look at the defensive line there for Mission. It's a 4-4 front, Gutierrez, Rocha, Hernandez, and Cavazos. And then on the linebackers, they have Esteban De Leon, Alexander Gomez, Tomas Garcia, Justin Temez, and we'll also see Raul Perez in there. Have one sophomore in there. And then the defensive backs, Alex Cordova, Sean De La Garza, and Weldon Gerals, a junior, senior, and a sophomore in that secondary. And I think we're about set now for the national anthem. It's going to be a foursome of singers for McAllen Memorial, and it's also they're honoring the seniors tonight for the JROTC program. So that's why you see some of the Marines out there in their dress uniforms, honoring all the seniors. And there we see the color guard: Leslie Robles, Jacqueline Rodriguez, Victoria Martinez, and Jesus Gallegos. And these are all the seniors that they're recognizing tonight in that JROTC program, under the instruction of Colonel Alfredo Longoria and Sergeant Roman Rodriguez. There you see the colors. They have the U.S. Marine Corps flag there on the right side and the Old Glory on the left. Both of these teams are 3-2 coming in and 1-0 in district play. McAllen Memorial is a district champion last year. Mission missed the playoffs. And we're going to have four students singing the national anthem here tonight. And just about ready to begin. Sarah Villarreal, Tori Frias, Jared Garza, and Shannon Wood.
Can you see by the dawn's early what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Very well done. We're ready to play some football. You might notice there that the flag is at half-staff there in the background. That's because of the victims, the shooting victims in Las Vegas, part of that horrible tragedy that happened last weekend. And all week, flags at all of our schools have been at half-staff in memory of those victims. And our thoughts and prayers go out to the families affected in that tragedy. We're ready to start the action tonight. The Mission Eagles against the McAllen Memorial Mustangs. There you see the Mustangs in their navy blue uniforms. They got the blue pants with the blue shirts and the Colombian blue numerals, and the Colombian blue helmets with the gold Mustang emblazoned on the side. And then for the Mission Eagles, they'll be wearing their maroon and white pants, white jerseys with the maroon numerals, and the maroon helmets with the silver eagle wings on either side of the helmet.
A lot like the Eagles, who, if you think about it, Coy Detmer played for.
That's right, yeah. Played for two sets of Eagles, the Mission Eagles and the Philadelphia Eagles. As the Eagles come out now, and they're ready to start this game. They'll be kicking off in a moment. McAllen Memorial Mustangs now coming out. And a big cheer from the crowd here tonight as the Mustangs stampede out onto the field.
Coy's done a great job in 2 years there, a year and a half in the program. And, his first year, really turning that team around, last year making the playoffs, impressive.
Yeah, and this year they're on their way with a 1-0 district record. There's Memorial, who won last year when they played over in Mission. See some last-minute instruction being given by Coach Bill Littleton to his Mustang squad. And Coach Littleton's ready.
Coach Littleton looking for his 102 wins at McAllen Memorial.
Yeah, started in 2004. Came over from Cuero. And now he's won over 100 games in uniform. There we see Coach Coy Detmer, a high school football legend here in the Rio Grande Valley, now the head coach at his alma mater, the Mission High School. So it'll be Rene Rodriguez, a sophomore kicker, kicking off here. And there we see back to receive is Kalichi Wachuku, the safety for the Mustangs. Here's the kick. This is going to go over to the left side, going to be a little bit short, picked up by the Mustangs, about the 30-yard line, run up to all the way to the 38-yard line. So good return there for the Mustangs, and that was number 4, Johnny Larson. So Mustangs will set up shop at their own 38.
The Mission Eagles actually have some good size on their line. If you look at number 92, Chris Hernandez, he's their nose guard. He looks pretty big up there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 5'10", 278 pounds. And then the other defensive tackle, Jairo Rocha, is at 230 pounds. So we'll see how they do against that beefy McAllen Memorial offensive line. Here we go, 1st and 10, Mustangs, moving from left to right, hand this off and pick up maybe a yard, and that's the fullback, Emiliano Cruz.
And McAllen Memorial is very aware that everybody's going to load the box on them. They're going to go man on the outside and dare you to throw the ball. And if you're McAllen Memorial, you got to pick those moments and capitalize on them.
So under center, Scogan's going to toss it right. This is Campbell Spates, hit just as he crosses the line of scrimmage and forced back. So it was a hole there that developed early but closed quickly as about 3 different Eagles collapsed on him.
And we'll have to see who was the initial hit right there, because it was square up. You see right here, Campbell Spates coming in. Superb hit right there to start the that gang tackle by Esteban De Leon.
I think 51 also in there, Raul Paez. It's 3rd down and 7 now for the Mustangs. Scogan's going to keep this, run to the left side, and has modest yardage, but it's going to be well short of the first down. He's up to the 45-yard line, a gain of only 4 on 3rd down and 7.
And that's something that McAllen Memorial is going to have to stay out of, is 3rd and long right now, because they haven't been throwing the ball as much as they had been against, say, Westlake East. So you want to minimize these 3rd and longs.
Well, the tackle was defensive lineman Victor Gutierrez. So 4th down and 3 for the Mustangs. And they look like they might go for it here. The punting unit's not out there. Ricky Garcia is their punter, and he's lined up on the offensive line right now. So they snap it. They are going for it. Handoff off tackle right. 1st down and more. Big hole there. Into the secondary is Cruz, and all the way into Mission territory down to about the 43-yard line.
And that's a superb play call by Tivo Gonzalez's offense. It looked like they were going to go to Campbell Spates, but instead they go to the first back, right, the closest back.
Yeah, that was a big hole there on the right side. That's where the big side of the offensive line is too. Paez is 260 pounds. Aaron Ramirez, the guard, is 285. And here they go right side again, a toss to Spates. Spates crosses the 40 and then forced out of bounds at about the 38-yard line, a gain of about 5 on the play. 2nd down and 5 for the Mustangs. And early on, the Mustangs running game is picking up yards in little chunks. No big runs yet. It's like we expected. Mission is coming out trying to stop that run. Nine and a half to play here in the first quarter. Opening drive, no score. Scogan under center, hands this off to Cruz, who powers forward on the left side and gets to about the 36-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down. So 3rd down and 3 now from the Eagles' 36-yard line. And tackle on the play by Derek Cavazos, a junior defensive end. The Mustangs come out with a tight end right side. They hand this off over left guard. Big hole there for Cruz across the 30 to about the 28-yard line. That's going to be enough for the first down.
And it looks like there's going to be an encroachment penalty also. Great hard count. Set that up.
Offside on a defense. Penalty decline. Call the play. First down.
All right. 8 yards on the pickup, so they take the result of the play. Actually 7 yards. The Mustangs have their second first down. Now it's play action. Here's Scogan rolling out to his right. He's going to throw this. The man is open but incomplete. It's a little too long for the intended receiver. That was number 8, Josh Sanchez, the tight end.
And they're going to have that all night because they're going to bite on the run. And McAllen Memorial can go right over the top because, especially at that height, he's standing at 6'4".
You see the replay. Sanchez had a step on the defender, but unable to race underneath that one. So 2nd down and 10 from the Eagle 29-yard line. Scoogin, the 6'2 junior, will hand this off. Oh no, he fakes it to Spates, keeps it himself around the left side, has the first down and more, for he's wrestled out of bounds near the 10-yard line. Great call there by the Mustangs.
And Scoogin runs extremely hard. You see him hit the line, and once he hits the line, he's going to show that second gear. And incredible play by Scoogin.
Yeah, 17 yards on that pickup. Got a lot of speed. So we take a look here, and he also had a good downfield block by Cruz, and I think Bazan as well, as he was wrestled out of bounds at the 12-yard line by Sean De La Garza. Here on 1st and 10, they hand this off, and this is read beautifully by the Eagle defense. They got through there on Spates and hit him for a loss. Back to the 14. You know, I had an interesting statistic here on Sean Scoogin. His passing yards and rushing yards are almost identical. He came in with 254 yards on the ground, 296 through the air. So he's a balanced offensive attacker. We're actually going to credit Spates with no gain. So it remains 2nd and 10. They hand this off. Spates running around the right side, now grabbed by the shirt, and he's going to be pulled down, and this is a loss back to the 17-yard line.
And the Eagles are keying on him. And, you know, Memorial's gone through this all year where he's been the one person being marked. If they're able to stuff him, a lot of teams say that they'll be able to keep Memorial out of the end zone. But Scoogin has proven to be a great runner as well.
Mustangs facing a 3rd and long now, 3rd and 15 from the 17-yard line. Come out with a split backfield. And Scoogin wants to throw, going to lob this toward the end zone, over the middle, caught, touchdown! Josh Sanchez, the tight end. And just like you said earlier, Jake, that over the middle is an open space, and that's where they went to, and Sanchez was there for his 2nd touchdown catch of the year.
Just a superb air ball right there. He just threw it up like a lob in basketball. And all he has to do is reach up and catch it over the smaller defenders.
The extra point try is up and good. And our score, well, there is a flag on the play.
Looks like that's going to go on the Eagles.
And Memorial's coming off the field. They're celebrating. Extra point appears to be good. It's 7. They haven't put it up on the scoreboard yet. Let's hear what this is about.
Foul, leaping violation on number 2 on the defense. Reinforcing the kickoff.
So that'll be a penalty enforced on the kickoff. And with 6:49 to play in the first quarter, it's the Mustangs 7 and the Eagles nothing. We'll leave you with another look at this beautiful touchdown pass from Scoogin to Sanchez as we head to break here on Football Night in McAllen. Your child is family. Embraced with academic rigor, life skills, and enrichment, our students earn college credit, associate's degrees, licenses and certifications, and advanced diplomas. McAllen ISD. And we're back here on Football Night in McAllen. I'm Mark May here along with Jake Berry. And with 6:49 to go here in the first quarter, Mustangs up 7-0. Took their opening drive, got the kickoff to the 38, went 62 yards in 12 plays. Took 5 minutes and 11 seconds off the clock. That's a perfect kind of a textbook McAllen Mustang drive, isn't it?
That it is. You know, you see them working the ball methodically down the field, and when it looks like they're going to have to go for the field goal, they go with that nice little lob over the top to their taller receivers.
There's Ricky Garcia. He does a onside kick, and the Mustangs may have it. No, they don't. Mission recovered it.
Well, but they recovered it, but do they not recover it?
Oh, I
think the official pointed the wrong way.
Yeah, I thought I saw a Mustang player land on the football, But then the official pointed, and now they're saying it's Mustang football. Yeah, they initially pointed like it was Mission's ball, but now they're pointing, as you can see, definitively there. It's Mustang football. Here's another look at this onside kick, and Garcia just waits until it goes 10 yards and then falls on it. Perfect execution there. Caught Mission off guard, and Memorial still has possession of football.
And Mission needs to know the situation there. They were walking away. They were trying to get away from that like it was a punt.
Yeah, you saw one player there kind of
he had a
not making a play on the ball. He was just kind of looking at it like, is somebody going to do something? So onside kick here as Bill Littleton pulls a trick out of the hat.
And I think Coy Detmer is arguing that it was touched before it crossed the 35-yard line, but I didn't see that.
Yeah, we saw it on instant replay. You see Ricky Garcia does a pretty good job of waiting until the ball goes over the 10-yard mark, which would have been they had the 15-yard penalty.
And think about how tired their defense is. They just went 7.5 minutes having to play defense. They're going to have to do it again.
And now Scoogan wants to go for the home run on the first play, and it's incomplete, intended for Bazan, who was running a go pound down the right side.
Number 3.
Covering him on the play was Alex Cordova, but as you heard, there was a penalty against the Mustangs.
Yeah, he got a little happy there. Happy Feet took off a little early. But right away, you see that McAllen Memorial is looking to throw the ball over the top whenever possible.
Well, 1st and 15 here for the Mustangs at the Eagle 40-yard line. As Scoogan wants to keep this around the left side, has room. First down and more. As he goes down near the 30-yard line, all the way to, I think they're going to spot him at the 24. Gain of 16 on the play. And that's a first down for the Mustangs. Take a look at the replay.
And there was some great blocking ahead of him. You see that basically open up. He's isolated by himself on that one.
It was actually a good tackle from behind by Esteban De Leon. And 1st and 10 at the Eagle 24. Campbell Space trying to get to the wide side of the field. Turns the corner at the 20. Now he's running the tightrope, and it's a touchdown. Boy, there was absolutely nothing for him there as Mission looked like they were stringing it out. And then Campbell Spates turns on the afterburners, runs down that right sideline for his 8th touchdown of the year. And just like that, Memorial is up 13-0.
And great blocking on the outside. Campbell, all he had to do was use his speed to get the outside. The blocks were there so he could turn that corner. Memorial's clicking early.
There's the extra point try, and it's up and good. And with 6:02 to play in the first quarter, boy, that drive took only 47 seconds. And the Mustangs lead at 14-0 here in the first quarter. The Eagles a bit shell-shocked here. We'll take another look at this touchdown. A toss right to Campbell Spates. Cruz set a masterful block on there. Picked up another downfield block from the receiver. And then it was all Spates after that. And running back goes in for the touchdown. Mustangs up 14-0 here on Football Night in McAllen.
One of the big advantages of having your child come to McAllen School District is they have a registered nurse at each and every campus. Our registered nurses are readily available for all our students, and our focus is on your child's success.
Now we're back here on Football Night in McAllen. Well, the Mustangs have had 2 possessions. The Eagles have had none. And the Mustangs have scored pay dirt twice. At 14-0 is the score. Mustangs took the opening drive 62 yards for a touchdown. A catch by Josh Sanchez of 17 yards. And then following a penalty against the Eagles, a 15-yard penalty that moved the kickoff up from the 40 to the Eagle 45. The Mustangs go onside kick, and then 3 plays later, Spates carries it 24 yards into the end zone. Here the kickoff by Ricky Garcia goes out for a touchback. and Mission will have the ball for the first time at their own 25-yard line.
And Coach Littleton and special teams coming in with that trickery right away.
Yeah, and that was a smart idea by him too, as well, knowing that he had the 15 free yards from the penalty, had a little bit of room to play with. If they didn't get it, then the Mission would still be on their own end of the field. So we take another look at that terrific touchdown run by Campbell Spades.
And I'm impressed with the blocking on the outside because he hasn't really had that blocking in a lot of situations where he's been hit in the backfield. This one he just uses his speed to get to the outside.
So first offensive play for Mission, and we've got a whistle, or is it a live football? Might be a live football, as Mission appeared befuddled there as the ball fell on the ground. Some players appeared to move early, and they pick it up and lose yardage. That was the running back, Luis Valdez. You can see, the ball was snapped, and it was a live football there, picked up by Valdez.
He's very lucky he didn't lose that.
And the Mustangs in there to tackle him.
And the Eagles have come out lethargic in this game.
And you can see here the starting lineup there. Backs and receivers, Damian Gomez, the quarterback, is a sophomore. Horacio Moronta is also a sophomore. And they're all pretty young back there. And there's a handoff on second down. And that's number 9, Horacio Moronta. And we'll take a look at the starting offensive line. Fabian Umara, Brian Casadoes, Michael Brazier, Steven Alvarez, and Javier Gaitan. And then the defensive line for McAllen Memorial, Lalo Cortez, Chris Lara, Mark Gutierrez, and Axel Hernandez. Chris Lara leading the team in sacks. And we'll get the rest of the defense here in a moment. So it's 3rd down and 12 from the 23-yard line. First pass attempt, and this one is going to be thrown away by the quarterback Damian Gomez as he was being chased down by Chris Lara and I think Lalo Cortez. Take a look at the rest of the defense as the punting unit comes out. Linebackers Nathan Sanchez, then 2 seniors, Frank Opazo, leading tackler on the team, and Jacob Bagstad. Secondary is Luistro Huachucu Morales and Ace Chavez. 3 seniors and 1 sophomore there in the secondary. 4:30 to play here in the first quarter. Memorial up 14-0 as Mission on their first possession. Looks like they're about to punt.
And McAllen Memorial could have great field position to start this 3rd series.
And there's a flag down. I think Mission may have had an illegal formation as this is a big punt here, big room here at the 30. Being run back at the 20, cuts inside at the 10. This is going to go for a touchdown. A 50-yard touchdown return by Ace Chavez, the senior cornerback. And the Mustangs lead at 20-0. Now there was a flag down, but it was back at the line of scrimmage. I think it's going to be against the Eagles.
And I think the Eagles know that too, because they're coming back out to cover the extra point. But incredible start for the Mustangs. The blocking on that punt return. They set it up early.
We had an illegal formation on the kicking team. Penalty decline, result of the play, touchdown.
Yeah, all of the offensive line was like a yard back from the center, which by rule you have to have 7 men on the offensive line on any offensive snap. And but that penalty's declined, and Ace Chavez ran it all the way back. It's the 2nd kick return for a touchdown this season by Memorial. They had a kickoff return earlier this year, and now they've had a punt return for a touchdown. Ace Chavez will be the holder on the extra point try. And the kick is up, and it is good. So with 4:14 to play here in the first quarter, it's the Mustangs with more touchdowns than they've had possessions. They're up 21-0. We take a look at Ace Chavez here, and look at this. He's got a 55-yard punt return. And great blocking all the way down. Even had 2 blockers left to spare at the end as he trots into the end zone for the touchdown, and the Mustangs in a commanding lead, 21-0. Will continue in just a moment.
We love a good game, but here at Bogus, we don't believe in games and gimmicks when you're buying a new vehicle. Just real deals, friendly service, and fair prices. It's better at Bogus, in Harlingen, in McAllen, and always at Bogus Ford. MiTV.com.
And we're back here on Football Night in McAllen. I'm Mark May along with Jacob Berry. 4:14 to play here in the first quarter, and it's the Mustangs in front 21-0. You can see, I think there was 16, Alexander Gomez back there in the kick return team. Ricky Garcia about to kick it off. Mustangs have touchdowns from Josh Donchis. The touchdown pass by Scoogin, not Trevor Spates, his younger brother Campbell Spates. And now Ace Chavez. And here's the return back from the goal line. Good return there all the way up to the 28-yard line by Sebastian Gonzalez.
Mission really needs to have something positive happen on this possession. They haven't had the ball but one time and haven't been able to capitalize on it.
Yeah, in fact, they ran 3 plays for -2 yards on that first possession. And then the punt returned back 55 yards for a touchdown. So, yeah, Mission just looking for some positivity here in the early going. Still plenty of time for them. 4:07 to play in the first quarter. So Gomez moves into a shotgun. And now being chased, Bagstad on the blitz, and he throws this, and this is picked off. Boy, this couldn't get any worse for the Eagles, and the Mustangs continue to dominate in the early going. That's the sophomore, Michael Morales, intercepts that for Memorial.
And it was just an underthrown football. The receiver kept going. He didn't realize that the ball was going to be that underthrown, and it was like a can of corn out there.
You see Gomez was being chased. You said Bagstad was on a blitz, and another Mustang defender in there maybe forced him to hurry it a little bit. And, just smooth pickings there for Michael Morales. His first interception of the year and the third by the team. He'll start at the Mission 43-yard line. And here's a big run here by Campbell Spates up the middle, and he's racing toward the end zone, and he goes in for the touchdown. Wow, it's 27-0 now. The Mustangs have 4 touchdowns in the opening 8 minutes of the game.
Incredible blocking up front, created that hole, and Campbell Spates is using his speed to burst right through.
Snap and hold. Mission has a big rush on, but they get the kickoff, and it is good. 3 minutes and 50 seconds to play in the first quarter. The Mustangs lead it by an incredible 28-0. Take another look at this touchdown run. They had some pulling guards there. A great block by number 76, Alexander Escobar. And you can see Campbell Spates using that speed to go in for his second rushing touchdown of the evening and his 9th of the year. We'll be back in just a moment.
At Rio Bank, our goal is to help you grow and prosper with the right financial tools, quality customer service, and banking done with honesty and integrity. Rio Bank, your kind of bank, your kind of banker.
And we're back here on Football Night in McAllen. Mark May with Jake Berry. Mustangs up 28-0 here in the first quarter. Another look at that touchdown run. And let me correct myself. I think that was 39 yards on that run. Mustangs already over 100 yards rushing in this game. Up to 124 yards now. Spates has 2 touchdown runs. And here's the kickoff by Garcia, fielded at about the Mission 2-yard line, runs straight ahead and all the way out to the 29-yard line. On the tackle was Joseph Lada. And Mission will start at their own 29-yard line. It's their best starting field position. But it's been a disaster for the Eagles here in the early going.
Mission needs to get something going where, just a chip away. They need at least like a 3-yard gain, a 4-yard gain, just something to start some kind of a momentum, because right now they've thrown an interception and they've 3 and out.
Yeah, they also gave up an onside kick,
and a punt return.
So quarterback under center, that's Gomez. He'll toss it to Moronta, who has a big run there, up about 9 yards.
And it was a nice slice, turned his body a little bit once he got into the secondary, slice away from the linebackers. But plays like that have been few and far between for Mission. And for McAllen Memorial, since the opening kickoff, they've started every possession inside the 45-yard line of the Eagles.
Bagstad on the tackle. Bagstad came in tonight with 57 tackles on the team.
And Memorial's going into they're manning on the outside.
Play action by Gomez, wants to throw. Man is open, that's his tight end. Caught in Mustang territory at the 40. It's Ray Garcia. Fights his way all the way down to the Mustang 25-yard line.
So I'm not sure how you miss him. Number 88, Ray Garcia, is only, a sophomore. And McAllen Memorial manned up on the outside, and nobody accounted for the tight end coming out.
Tackled by Morales, but not before he picked up 37 yards, all the way down to the 28-yard line. So 1st and 10 here for the Eagles. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Gomez going to toss it left. Looking for some room, but the Mustangs are there as he's picking up room now as he breaks tackle after tackle. Fights his way inside the 20. That's Esteban De Leon. 9 yards on that run. And it looked like he was going to be stopped at about the line of scrimmage.
And for Coy Detmer's offense, you like this. The 2nd and short, you can run a play action off of this, especially if McAllen Memorial is going man on the outside again. I wouldn't be surprised right now to see them pass the way they're playing right now, just in this series alone.
And on the tackle was David Duran. Garcia goes in motion, lines up on the left side. 2 receivers on the right. They hand this off tackle to the right. That's Moronta. And a slew of Mustangs around him. They finally bring him down. It's actually going to be a loss of a yard back to the 20. They'll bring up 3rd and 2. I think that was a defensive end, Axel Hernandez, who got in there on the tackle.
And for Coach Detmer, you get to that position right now where do you go for it on 4th down? Being down this many scores, 4 scores. Is this a moment, I know it's early in the first quarter, but do you kick a field goal in this spot or do you go for it?
I think you try to get some kind of points on the board, get rid of the goose egg. But here on 3rd and 2, going to hand this off. That's De Leon again. He has the first down, still going at the 10, picks up a downfield block and is in for the touchdown. So forget our talk about field goals. That's a nice run there by Esteban De Leon, who's a senior, 216 pounds, and he charges with a fury, a 20-yard run, and we've had 5 touchdowns now here in this first quarter. Score is now 28-6 in favor of Memorial.
Yeah, and what you saw in that was that the linebackers and the D-line stayed in, and he was able to cut it back out to the outside because there was tons of space for him to run.
Extra point try is up and good by Rene Rodriguez, and our score with 52.5 seconds left in the first quarter. It's the Mustangs still in front, 28-7. Take another look at the touchdown run by Esteban De Leon. See, this was on a 3rd and 2. Chris Lotta almost got him in the backfield, but then he was able to get outside, pick up a downfield block, and go in for the touchdown. It's 28-7. We'll continue in a moment on Football Night in McAllen. McAllen ISD is the heartbeat of the community. Students can earn up to 60 college credit hours and even an associate's degree while still in high school, saving families time and money. McAllen ISD, excellent since 1908. And back here on Football Night at McAllen, you're looking at the McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium homecoming crowd here tonight, enjoying what they're seeing as the Mustangs are out front 28-7. What a game. 5 touchdowns here in this first quarter. There's Rodriguez for Mission, kicks this off. This is going to be real short, caught at the 38-yard line by Larson. Spins his way forward up to the 44-yard line.
And I'm really surprised he didn't fair catch that ball right there. That could have been ugly.
That's true. Kind of caught it on the run, and
You never
get
know
hit
what's coming
right away.
at you, yeah. But for McAllen Memorial, they can't get complacent with this lead. You know, scoring 28 points fairly quickly can have a negative effect too, because you start to think it's going to be that easy every time. And you see right there, he caught that. It could have been a fumble right there. Great hands.
Larson, a 6-foot senior. Going to spot this at the 43-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. They'll hand this off to Spates. Spates hit in the backfield, and a flag goes down. Spates loses yardage back to the 41.
Illegal formation on the offense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
So second penalty on the Mustangs. This will make it 1st and 15 as we take a look at our officials for tonight. There's Fred Gracia is the referee. Ruben Escamilla, Mario De Leon, Eduardo Zeke Segovia, and Ronald Jackson, the rest of the crew.
Very familiar with this crew. Fred Gracia, starting a little like Ed Hockley from the NFL.
Illegal formation by the offense. Penalty decline. Second down.
Oh, they declined the penalty because Spates was hit for a 2-yard loss, so it'll be 2nd down and 12 instead. Mustangs at their own 41. I backfield. Cruz and Spates behind new quarterback Angel Almaguer making his first appearance tonight, and big hole here for Spates. 1st down and more, crosses Eagle territory and maintains his balance all the way down to the 20-yard line. Boy, the crowd got excited like he was going to go the distance again.
And they're going to mark him out at the 32-yard line.
32. That's still a 27-yard run there by Spates.
And Spates is finding his sweet spot. You see it right here. Great blocking up front. Creates that hole, and he's able to hit the corner and just go.
Yeah, you can see he did step out.
He was trying to walk that tightrope.
The Mustang fans real happy tonight. 1st and 10, toss to Spates, going left side, ducks inside, and is knocked down at about the 30-yard line, gain of 2. And he's already closing in on 100 yards as we hit the end of the first quarter. And it's McAllen Memorial 28, Mission 7. 1 quarter in the books. We'll continue in a moment with the second quarter. You're watching Football Night in McAllen. Your child is family. Embraced with academic rigor, life skills, and enrichment, our students earn college credit, associate's degrees, licenses and certifications, and advanced diplomas. McAllen ISD. And we're ready to start the second quarter. Mustangs on top of the Eagles, 28-7. In the first quarter, Mustangs had 153 yards on the ground, 17 through the air, but the 17-yard pass was good for a touchdown. They had 8 first downs by the Mustangs. They had a punt return for a touchdown, had an interception that set up another touchdown. They lead at 28-7. Here's they fire this over to the left side. That's Ethan Bazan with his first catch, and he races all the way down to the 20-yard line. And that's good enough for a first down.
Memorial's starting to chew up yards in chunks.
And on the tackle was Weldon Gerald. Mustangs in the red zone here at the 20-yard line as Almaged, senior quarterback, hands off to Spates. Spates waiting for his blockers and gets up to about the 12-yard line, a gain of 8 on the play.
And you see, they're just starting to roll. They're 8 yards, 11 yards, 13 yards. 13 yards was the last one, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, incredible amount of yards being picked up.
By my count, Spates is around 90, 95 yards right now. Closing in on his 4th 100-yard game for the season. 2nd down and 2. Spates dotting the I. Toss to Spates left side. Picks up a block downfield at the 5 and then hit down and in for the touchdown. Almost went down at the goal line and then maintained his balance, got in for the TD, his 3rd TD of the night.
And Mark, at the end, 3 Mission players collide after he slips through all 3 of them.
Yeah, I thought they were going to have him down there inside the 5, and he just sliced through like butter and in for his 3rd touchdown of the evening. There is an official's timeout at the moment. 10:42 to go here in the 2nd quarter, and the Mustangs in front 34-7. Spates with 3 touchdowns, runs of 24 yards, 39 yards, and 12 yards.
And on that one, he was like a pinball as he got it towards the end zone.
Yeah, let's go take another look here.
And you see it once again, great blocking up front. Blew the line off the line of scrimmage, and 3 Mission players collide right there at the end.
All right, great run there by Spates, his 3rd of the game. That should also put him over 100 yards rushing. So the Mustangs as a team are up to 173 yards on the ground, well on their way to their average of about 241. And they're about ready for the extra point now. It'll be Ricky Garcia to kick it. Ace Chavez, the holder, is the snap. Good hold. The kick is up and away, and it's good. Ricky Garcia is now 5 for 5 on his extra points, and the Mustangs lead it by a score of 35-7. 10:42 to play here in the 2nd quarter. We'll take a break. You're watching Football Night in McAllen.
Ever since I was young, I've had a passion for science, and I really hope to change the world through chemistry.
And we're back on Football Night in McAllen. I'm Mark May with Jake Berry. Mustangs in front 35-7 here in this District 36A game. We see the Mustang Prancers dance team. New uniforms this year. You can see some mums out there too. It was homecoming week. And that man, Ricky Garcia, has had a busy night. His kicking leg is going to be a little sore tomorrow. 5 extra points already. And about the same number of kickoffs. You see the Mustang offense there getting a little bit of breather. Campbell Spates there in the middle of your screen. 3 touchdowns already. We had 4 last week against that victory over La Jolla Palmview. We got 7 touchdowns in the last 5 quarters, 5+ quarters.
You see right now, the initial line for Mission is very vigilant now.
And Mission to catch this at the 1-yard line. This is Sebastian Gonzalez with a big hole right up the sideline. Flag goes down. He crosses the 50, maintains his balance before he's pushed out of bounds. Deep in Mustang territory at about the 31-yard line.
Yeah, but it's going to be a block in the back right at the 20-yard line, so that's going to go back.
The flag's way back at the Mission 20. So just when it looked like the Eagles
illegal block
were,
in the back on the run back. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. First down.
So they'll start right inside the 10-yard line. And for Michigan, you wanted to have some good field position to start this next drive because they looked extremely good on that last drive.
Here's another look, and you see the buck in the back. It's on the right side of your screen there, just as Gonzalez turned that corner. Good return there, but most of it came back. There you can see a lovely mom there. She sees herself up on the big scoreboard at the moment. Mustang fans happy tonight. They're up 35-7. Mission backed up to their 9-yard line. Come out with an I backfield behind the quarterback Gomez. 3 down linemen for Memorial. Handoff. A little bit of room up the middle, up to about the 13-yard line, and a flag comes down. I think that was Luis Valdez on the carry.
Personal foul, face mask on the defense, number 90. 15 yards from the end of the run, first down.
You can see the face mask, right there against the Mustangs. That's a 15-yard mark off. So it was a gain of 5, and then plus 15 more moves it all the way up to the 29-yard line. And first down for the Eagles. And now we've got a toss to DeLeon, the right side. He's hit as he crosses the line of scrimmage. Goes down to about the 33-yard line by several Mustangs, including number 40, Lalo Cortez. Gain of 4 on the play. We take a look at that replay. It was Ace Chavez who got the initial hit, and then Axel Hernandez got in there too, along with Cortez to bring him down. So second down and 6 now for the Eagles. We're at 9:18 to play here in the second quarter. Man goes in motion. That's Joe Resendez, and Resendez gets the ball. And Resendez has a lot of room. He's got some speed as he gets a first down and crosses the 40 up to about the 44-yard line.
Yeah, and a nice play by Mission to get that sprint out. He was able to turn the corner and just peel it up the field. You can see it right here. He cuts it up, and there are no McAllen Memorial defenders there.
It's a gain of 10 on the play. They're up to the Eagles' 43-yard line. 8:50 to play here in the second quarter. First and 10. It's going to be play action. Gomez rolling out to his right, has time, going to throw it long down the right sideline, and goes out of bounds. It was intended for Sebastian Gonzalez. See the Mustang on the coverage there was Ace Chavez.
And that's going to happen when you have a young quarterback. Sometimes they think they can do it all with their arm. And he went long on that one. Nice spiral on that, but just a little bit too much mustard on it.
So second down and 10 at the Mission 43. Gomez under center. Toss this to the left side. That's Moranta. And he crosses the 45 up to about the 47-yard line. A gain of about 4, and a bring up third down. I think it was Nathan Sanchez, the linebacker, who helped bring him down, along with 42, Bagstad. And so third down and about 7. And they're going to hand this off straight up the middle. That's Moranta, and he's stripped and falls down at the 50-yard line. He's going to be short of the first down. Gain of only 3.
And we'll have to see what Mission does here. They're about, 3 yards shy of the first down. You don't want to give McAllen Memorial a short field, but I don't know if that matters at this point right now because McAllen Memorial is moving the ball.
Yeah, I kind of agree, and I know Coy Detmer's, his father, Sonny Detmer, used to like to use gadget plays now and again and take some risks.
5-yard penalty.
And on that play, Mark, it
Still
looked like they
down.
were going to try to draw Memorial offsides, but they wound up doing it themselves, taking themselves out of a potential first down. And they'll have to punt the ball.
Yeah, now it's 4th down and 8. Much different. So we take a look at that replay. You can see right there on the line of scrimmage, and you can see an offensive lineman
Timeout.
moved a bit early.
Mission.
And the Eagles want to call timeout with 7:09 to play here in the second quarter, and it's McAllen Memorial all over the Eagles, 35-7 right now. We'll go ahead and take a break. You're watching Football Night in McAllen. We'll be back in a moment.
My dream is to become a marine biologist because I've always loved sharks and turtles, and exploring ocean life is what I want to do.
We're back here on Football Night in McAllen. Memorial on top, 35-7. District 36A game for both these teams. Both teams came in at 1-0 in district. Mustangs, the defending district champion, the commanding lead right now of 4 touchdowns. Here with 7 minutes to play in the second quarter. That's the Mission on 4th and 8. They're going to go for it. And Gomez wants to throw. Now flushed out of the pocket, going to run, has room, crosses the 50. Now a first down into Mustang territory to the 43-yard line. Terrific running there by Damian Gomez.
And a superb call by Coach Detmer. Talk about having a lot of confidence in your sophomore QB. To put him in 3rd and long and then trust him enough to get the first down. Incredible play by Damian Gomez.
Yeah, 12 yards on 4th and 8. I think Bagstad tripped him up. But a first down for the Eagles at the Mustang 43. Toss left. That's Esteban De Leon. De Leon breaks a tackle, has a first down and more for Huachucu, forces him out of bounds. And boy, he is just a powerful runner. Reminds me of kind of a Daryl Johnston type.
Yeah, Mike Alsta.
Mm-hmm.
You know, somebody that likes to find that contact right at the end like he did there.
15 yards there.
But great blocking on the outside. I'm trying to find out who that was, but he created that opening.
As we take a look at that replay. We'll talk to our superintendent, Dr. Jay Gonzalez, here in just a moment. As Mission is on the move here. As a handoff up the middle, it's Moranta. Moranta spins his way all the way to the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 13 on the play. It's another first down for the Eagles, and that puts them over 100 yards rushing in this game, as they're down to they're actually going to spot him at the 16-yard line. It's 1st and 10. And as we take a look at the replay, we're joined now by our superintendent, Dr. Jay Gonzalez. And Dr. Gonzalez, good to see you as always. And your thoughts on this game so far? Memorial's really come out strong, haven't they?
Yes, the Mustangs look strong. You can tell that they're gelling as a team. The coaches have done a tremendous job getting the boys ready, and they're playing hard tonight, so we're very, very proud of their performance.
And here's Gomez wanting to throw and not open for him. He's going to have to run the football and now throws it away as he was in the grasp of, I think that was number 99, Franco Pazzo, the middle linebacker, who was going to sack him if he hadn't thrown the football away. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. What are some of the things, we're into October now, and I know the school year is well underway everywhere. What are some of the programs or things you have going on right now?
Well, one of the things that we're very proud of, first and foremost, is our outstanding teachers. So everything that we do with regard to STEAM and IB, and everything we do with our robotics and all the stuff we're doing in the area of coding and moving toward rocketry, and just the multitude of things that are going on is just a tribute to our hardworking staff. So everything that revolves around McAllen ISD is driven by our quality teachers, and we're very, very proud of everything that they're doing. And we've got up to a great school year this year, Mark. We're excited about how fast we've started and how well we're doing.
You know, our teachers, I read a statistic that their average years of experience is about 12.6, so a lot of experience out there across the board.
And that's what it takes. And the beautiful thing is we have experienced teachers, but our teachers are so giving and they're willing to share their best practices. So they take our new teachers and teachers that don't have as much experience, and they share all their strategies and techniques, and they're very, very willing to help. So the power of our district is really the amount of synergy that we have and the way the teachers work together. So we're very proud of our teachers and everything that they do for our district and our students.
And I think I read somewhere today was World Teacher Day. So yeah, congratulations to our teachers.
Yeah, that's one thing. I do want to send a big thank you to all the teachers. I know that World Teachers Day was yesterday, and we made a couple of campus visits, but to all the teachers that are out there, we appreciate you all very much, and we know that you put in a lot of hard work and a lot of effort into your trade, and students are benefiting from that.
In fact, you mentioned congratulations. I know you went to Gonzales Elementary, one of the feeder schools. Those Gonzales kids feed into Memorial. Tell us about what was your visit to Gonzales about?
Well, Gonzales Elementary has a long legacy of excellence, and they've received honor distinctions for a number of years. For the last 3 years, they've received MAX distinctions. They're an all-A campus with regard to state accountability. They're #1 in their campus group. So as an educator, you just have to really marvel at what they do and how well they do it. And not only that, but how long they've been doing it. And I can also say that I'm a parent there. My oldest boy, Joe Douglas, is a kindergartner there, and he's just getting a tremendous education. So as a father, I'm very, very pleased with the quality of education he's getting.
And see here on a 3rd down and short, they hand this off to DeLeon, who appears to have the first down up to the 3-yard line, a gain of 5. And that will be a 1st and goal situation here for Mission with 5:40 to play here in the 2nd quarter. Mustangs up 35-7. And I know today you were over at Wilson Elementary, and they had a special occasion going. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, Wilson is a Minitropolis campus, so they were inducting all of their council. So they brought their mayor in, and really a great experience for our students from an authenticity perspective, because you're talking about students learning about city government and the IRS and banking and different businesses, and they're literally running their own little city. So these kids are learning how to balance checkbooks and how to pay the IRS and how to do all the things that a lot of us didn't learn how to do until after we got out of college and really got into the workforce. So we're excited that these kids are learning all of these real-world skills at such an early age.
Yeah, they have they have a bank, they have a post office, they have all of those. They replicate all the things you see in society and pick up those, I guess, kind of those soft skills, right, that aren't necessarily taught, or were traditionally not really taught in school, but they're picking those up in school.
Yeah, a lot of us don't learn about the IRS till we get taxed in our first job.
You get an angry letter from them when you're about 20 years old. Well, we saw the extra point was good. Moranta had a 3-yard a 3-yard run for the touchdown, and it's now 35-14. And we'll take another look at the touchdown as we go to break. And Dr. Gonzales, you can stay with us through this break as we see power running there by Moranta, and it's 35-14. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
My dream is to be a nurse and work in the labor and delivery field. I like caring for people and taking care of moms-to-be, and I want to help bring life into the world.
Oh, beautiful moon out tonight here on football night at McAllen. It's a scary looking moon too. It's apropos because it is October. It's Halloween month. And Mustangs up 35-14. I'm joined by Dr. Jay Gonzales, the superintendent for the McAllen ISD. And Dr. Gonzales, you mentioned the Minitropolis a moment ago. I think we have 6 schools that have the Minitropolis concept out there. And you mentioned STEAM a moment ago too. And I know this is our second full year with STEAM, but for those who maybe have only heard of it, not that familiar with it, tell us what STEAM is.
Well, it's stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, Arts, and Math. So we're focusing on bringing STEAM to every campus, regardless of whether you're a IB campus or a STEAM Plus campus, and really just driving home the importance of math and science, and not only that, but the arts, and ensuring that we give students experiences where they can delve into things like coding and rocketry and robotics and underwater robotics and do all the things necessary to get them prepared, because a lot of times you think robotics and you think of engineering, but really if you look at the medical field and the fact that we have a medical school down here now, most of the major surgeries that are taking place are done by robots. So if somebody's interested in medicine and they're in our robotics program, they're already getting the skill sets and the muscle memory and the technique, and we believe that starting them out early is going to give them an edge in the future.
So the skills that we're teaching and offering out there are in response to industry, as jobs are going to be coming open in the next generation?
Absolutely. Our philosophy is we want to prepare students for whatever they choose to do. If their dream is to get a high school diploma and start their own business, then we want to set them on a path to be successful. If their dream is to get a license, a certificate, an associate's degree, a master's, a bachelor's, a doctorate, whatever their dream is, and that's why we have this big push right now. And you're hearing all these different videos of kids that are sharing their dreams with us, because we want to make sure that we capture all of those dreams and then we create systems to make them become a reality.
2nd down and 7, Spates with a 3-yard run. Now here's Spates again going right side, and he's up close to a first down, but a little bit short at the 25-yard line, being a 3rd down and short yardage. And any final thing you'd like to share before we let you go? I know you've got, you mentioned robotics. We've got something called Tech Wars coming up in the spring, don't we?
Yeah, that's going to be really cool. I know that we're working real hard right now to put our Tech Wars together, and it's something we've never done before, and it's a vision we're going to make become a reality, where we're going to have competitions on drone racing, rocketry, coding, gaming, underwater robotics, those remote control cars. It's just going to be an environment that's very competitive, that revolves around technology, and we're hoping to fill the stands and just give students that are interested in technology an opportunity to shine, just like our Mustangs are shining tonight.
Yeah, Mustangs are shining brightly tonight, and I know the district is as well. Dr. Gonzalez, thank you so much. Enjoyed it.
Thanks
you,
for
Mark. Stopping by.
I appreciate you. Thanks for all you do, and I'll get Jake back over here.
All right, make Jake get back to work here. 33-yard run there by Campbell Spates, and another big first down here for the Mustangs with 3:33 to go before halftime. And the play clock down to 10 seconds as the Mustangs break the huddle. This drive started at their own 16-yard line. And now we've got a whistle. I think this might be delay game.
5-yard penalty. Steal first down.
So that'll move it back 5 yards. It'll be first down and 15. Angel Almaguer, the quarterback there, number 12. He got injured in the season opener against Sherryland Pioneer. Missed about 3 games. Came back in some spot duty last week against La Jolla Palmview. And now is also seeing action here tonight against Mission. Almaguer came in tonight with 84 yards passing, 94 rushing, as he wants to throw here, and he's going to throw this one deep, and this is going to be incomplete, intended for the other quarterback, Sean Scugan, who was lined up as a receiver. And I guess that's appropriate. You want to tell the folks how Scugan is, he's designated on the roster?
Yeah, he's designated as an athlete from McAllen Memorial along with Awachiku. So what you see right there is that you can split him out as a running back, as far as, you know, if you need a running back. Mm-hmm. You can put him at wide receiver. You can put him at safety if you want. Not that there's any designations. You know, you don't have to play a specific spot because of.
Yeah, they everybody else, they have a position listed, but Wachuku and Scugan both listed simply as athlete. As Almaguer throws over the middle, this is caught. It's a drag route by Bazan. First down and more, all the way down to about the 22-yard line. Good pitch and catch there by Almaguer to Bazan.
Welcome back, Angel. You know, when I got to see them, I was lucky enough to see him play against Sherryland Pioneer. And against Pioneer, he played extremely well until he got injured. He's just got nice touch on the ball.
Brought down by Justin Tamez. And now it's a 1st and 10 for
Timeout.
Memorial as a
Mission.
timeout called by the Mission Eagles with 2:59 to play here in the second quarter. Second timeout by the Eagles. So we'll take a quick break. Mustangs 35, Eagles 14. 2:59 to go before halftime. You're watching Football Night in McAllen.
I want to attend medical school so that I can gain a specialty in anesthesiology and help people go through any problems or issues that they're going through, and just kind of immerse myself in the scientific study and learn more about it.
Beautiful shot there here on Football Night, and McAllen has got the goalpost framing the gorgeous full moon. You got an orange moon out there tonight. And there's our weather forecast. Temperature currently is 82 degrees, winds out of the southeast about 10 miles per hour. It's clear as the Mustangs hand this off to Cruz. He's on cruise control all the way up to the 17-yard line, a gain of 5 on the play. The Mustangs over 200 yards rushing, by the way. They're at 221 now. Facing a 2nd and 5. Clock is running at 2:40 to go before halftime. Mustangs do have 2 timeouts to work with. Scoogan in the game now. He's going to line up wide to the left side. Almigad in there at quarterback with Cruz and Spates behind him. Spates with 3 touchdowns already in this game. And they'll give it to Spates straight up the middle. Slices through easily. Now trying to get to the outside. Picks up another downfield block. It is down to inside the 5-yard line. I think that might have been Scoogan with that great downfield block. There is a flag down, however.
You see that right there.
Personal foul.
Space takes it up the middle, but he's so
Number
fast.
10 on offense.
All for naught.
Yeah, I think, it was against the offense.
15-yard penalty.
Oh, my goodness. Wasn't able to hear exactly what it was, but this will move it back all the way to about the 32. Oh, it's going to be a spot foul, so to move it back to the 23-yard line. So they'll give Spates credit for a 9-yard run. And then the 15-yard penalty moves him back to the 23. Here's Cruz, big hole right side at the 15. Picks up a block at the 10, but dodges a tackler at the 5 and goes in for the touchdown. Fierce running by Emiliano Cruz for his 4th touchdown of the year, and the Mustangs lead it 41-14.
Sensational run. He takes it up the middle and then punches it back outside. There was a nice block on the outside. We'll have to see who that was. But the block on the outside enabled him just to scoot through it and score it. What can you say about McAllen Memorial's running game tonight?
Yeah, they are on full throttle here tonight as Ricky Garcia's extra point is good. He's 6 for 6. And it's the Mustangs 42 and the Eagles 14 with 1:52 to play before halftime. Here's another look at the touchdown, a 23-yard run by Cruz.
And you see the block all the way on the outside.
Yeah, picked up Bazan with the block downfield. And,
that's on Ethan Bazan right there with that great block.
And we'll be back in just a moment.
Right after graduating high school, I want to do an exchange program and maybe go study in Italy, which is a little island called Sardinia. I then want to study political science and go on to become a lawyer. I want to study litigation.
Back here on Football Night at McAllen, here's another look at the touchdown by Emiliano Cruz, 4th TD of the year. Saw him break a tackle there around the 10-yard line and then punch his way through into the end zone for the touchdown. A nice little chest bump there too, courtesy of Nehemias Esparza, senior offensive lineman. And here's Ricky Garcia with the kickoff, and this will be a squib kick. Touched at the 20-yard line, picked up at the 15, run up across the 25, now about the 33 is hit, breaks a tackle, keeps going, spins his way forward up near the 40-yard line. Terrific return there by Joe Resendez. So Mission will have it at the 39-yard line. They have one timeout remaining with 1:43 on the clock.
And in high school football, that's an eternity because, the clock's going to stop with every movement of the chains. So you look at this right now, 1:43 is an eternity.
And that Mustang scoring drive, Jake, 85 yards, 7 plays. A 33-yard run by Campbell Spates in the middle of it that helped push it into Mission territory, and then capped by a 23-yard run by Emiliano Cruz for the touchdown. So Mustangs firing on all cylinders here tonight. 1st and 10 for Mission at their own 39, going left to right, handoff Resendez, and Resendez gain of about 5 up to about the 44-yard line. I think it might have been Mark Gutierrez helping in there on the tackle. Also Jacob Bagstad helping out. There's a handoff to Moranta. They had a touchdown earlier in the quarter, and this time gets up to the 46-yard line. It's a 2-yard run. And this will bring up 3rd down. Clock is moving, by the way. Mission has only one timeout, and we're down to the last 60 seconds. Now Moranta will trot over to the sideline.
And what Mission's doing is they're trying to kill clock just in case they don't do so well on this next down, because they don't want to give McAllen Memorial the ball with plenty of time.
Yeah, just letting that clock run. It's at 42 seconds. Play clock down to 10 seconds. And I think they're just going to let it run all the way down. Maybe take their last timeout right beforehand. Yeah, Coy Detmer signaling timeout, and they stop it with 31.1 seconds left. Final timeout of the Mission Eagles here in the first half. They're facing a 3rd down and 3. And Memorial on top, 42-14. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back in a moment here on Football Night in McAllen.
I'm getting my associates within criminal justice, hopefully getting my bachelor's within business management. And the reason why I choose policing is because I want to pursue business policing management to go ahead and be able to help anyone that I can within helping them from crime, from not crime, and just having that sense of attendance to caring.
And back here on Football Night in McAllen, I'm Mark May along with Jake Berry. Appreciate our sponsors, by the way, our Rio Bank, Bogus Ford, Lone Star Bank, helping support McAllen ISD. McAllen Memorial leading 42-14. 3rd down and 3 here for Mission at their own 46-yard line. 31 seconds left in the first half. And here's a end around to Joe Resendez, left side, breaks a tackle, has the first down. And boy, that had a chance to break it long too, as the Memorial was able to get him and stop him at the Mustang 45. Gain of only 9
we'll see
on
if they
clock.
go right away or if they're going to spike it. No, they're going to go right away.
And here they are with 20 seconds left. They're going to run a play. Gomez to throw it toward the sideline, and it's caught, and then they shoved him out of bounds. That was Luis' throw on the tackle, a catch by Gonzalez. And stops the clock. Well, they ruled that he was stopped inbounds, and Mission cannot stop the clock. It's down to 2 seconds, 1 second, and I think they got this play in time. There's no whistle, so it continues, and Gomez is stripped of the football, and I think Mission have fell on it at the 43, and that'll be the end of the first half. So I thought the Mission player had been forced out of bounds, but I guess they ruled that his forward progress was stopped,
Yeah,
blew
it
the
looked like
whistle.
that. It looked like he'd been stopped inside, and then they just dragged him out of bounds.
Yeah, so the play continued, or rather the clock continued to run, and it ran out there on the Mission Eagles. So we're at halftime. It's the Mustangs 42, the Eagles 14. We'll see the Eagles marching band and the Mustangs marching band coming up here in the second half. And here we'll leave you with a look at some first half highlights. It was all Memorial in the first half. 3 touchdowns by that man, Spates. And you saw Josh Sanchez catch that pass a moment ago. And the rest were all rushing touchdowns for McAllen Memorial. There's Ace Chavez with his punt return for a touchdown. The flag was against the Eagles. And this was all in the first quarter still. It was 21-0 at that point. Then it was Spates again with the big run, make it 28. And they would add 2 more after that. We're back with our halftime activities. You're watching Football Night at McAllen.
My dream is to be on the Olympic swim team for USA Swimming, and after my Olympic career, I would love to be a neurosurgeon. I love helping people, and I've always liked that kind of stuff.
Whatever it is, I want you to be successful, fulfill all your hopes and dreams.
Officers for the 2017-2018 school year are Superlative All-Star 3rd Lieutenant January Morini, 2-year Superlative, 2-year All-Star 2nd Lieutenant Josetti Coronado, 3-year Superlative and 2-year All-Star 3rd Captain Ali Salinas, Superlative 2-year All-Star 2nd Captain Crystal Carrera, Superlative 2-year All-Star 1st Captain Abby Denion. The high flyers are directed by Josie Flores, O'Neill Sainz, and Isela Gomez. High flyers of the lead guard, Josetti Coronado and Renee Flores. Officers of the lead guard, Josetti Coronado and Crystal Carrera. High flyers, your music is on. Mission High School High Flyers.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome from the heart of Mission, Texas, the mighty Mission Eagle Band. The band is under the field direction of drum majors Isla Coronado, Elisa Salinas, and Vicente Cruz. Color guard captains are Alan Flores, Del Moreno, and Samantha Farias. Tonight, the band will treat you to excerpts from Peter Tchaikovsky's Sleeping Beauty, featuring a clarinet solo by sophomore Isabella Ayala, as well as Lana Del Rey's Young and Beautiful, featuring a flute solo by Sofia Villarreal. Enjoy the show. Director of Eagle Band are San Luis, Manuel Lucas, Bishop Luis, Omar Garcia. Program Director is Juan Mendoza. Eagle Band would like to thank Principal Eduardo Flores, his administrative staff, and Superintendent Ricardo Lopez for all the love and continued support. Go Eagles!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our halftime festivity featuring McAllen Memorial's finest student performer, the Prancer, the Color Guard, and the band that rocks the Rio Grande, the McAllen Memorial Mustang Marching Band.
Good evening. Being a Mustang means being a part of a culture, rooted in traditions that are greater than any individual. As Mustangs, we celebrate those traditions while creating lasting memories and lifelong friends. Mustangs consistently challenge themselves inside the classroom and further their leadership abilities through extracurricular activities. Being a Mustang is about countless opportunities, getting chills every time you hear the pipe song, giving back to the memorial in the community, and having that Mustang pride that grows long after graduation. This week, we have been celebrating our homecoming, and one of the highlights is the announcement of our king and queen and the introduction of their board. To begin the ceremony, please welcome to the field the Marine JROTC Sword Detail under the command of Cadet Sergeant Josefina Bueno. Freshman class, Lord and Lady, Michael Abraham Gonzalez and Mason Henderson. Abraham is the son of Abraham and Susan Gonzalez. Mason is the daughter of Jimmy and Brenda Henderson. Jimmy Spouse, Prince and Princess. Sean Stewart and Najla Sahari. Sean is the son of Anthony and Francine Delano. Najla is the daughter of James Sahari and Alejandra Gonzalez. This evening, we recognize 8 senior students selected by their senior class peers that reflect the pride of the Memorial. The King and Queen nominees, Oscar Beltran and Samantha Alvarado. Oscar is the son of Abelardo and Maria Beltran. Oscar is a former member of the Mighty Mustangs band and also a member of the robotics team. Samantha is the daughter of Juan and Veronica Alvarado. Samantha is a varsity member and president of our school orchestra. She's on the K-Net team and also in the National Honor Society. Humberto Garcia and Irania Galvan. Humberto is a son of and Edgar Garcia. He's a member of the varsity swim team. Irania is the daughter of Carla and Liana Galvan. Karim, Lujan, and Leslie Hernandez. Karim is the son of Jose and Yasmin Lujan. Karim serves as president of the United Club, vice president of the club, active in the National Honor Society, and a member of the tennis team. Leslie is the daughter of Francisco Javier and Juani Hernandez. Leslie serves as senior class representative, an MITV student ambassador, and a member of the National Honor Society and the Hispanic Honor Society. Jayla Escamilla and Vivian Borges. JC is the son of Jessica Escamilla and Ida Torres. JC is a varsity member and captain of our powerlifting team, a member of the varsity cheerleading team, and active in the National Honor Society. Vivian is the daughter of Lance and Jennifer Morgan. Vivian is a varsity member and captain of the cheerleading team and active in the National Honor Society. And now, Mr. Pedro, the McAllen ISD Secondary Teacher of the Year and a proud Mustang, Mrs. Melissa Eddy, will crown this year's Homecoming King and Queen. Congratulations, Oscar Beltran and Irania Galvan.
Thank you for your participation in our festivities that began on Monday and will conclude tomorrow night with our homecoming. The school class will extend appreciation to the JROTC and the Mighty Mustangs for their contribution to tonight's halftime ceremony. We also thank our Mustang community for their continued support. And now, a salute to Mustang Country. The band singers of the week are Irene Salazar, the marcher to the week, after the sale, Matthew Rodriguez, Joseph Espinosa, Frank Medina, Osvaldo Raya Paco, and Ashley Gomez. The section of the week, the Fred Bridge, the professional section leaders, Christian Aguilar, Irene and Elijah Lopez. The color guard officers are Captain Enrique Olguín, Co-Captain Victoria Porras, Lieutenant Kathleen Cavazos, Guard member of the week, Skylar Farrell. The McAllen Memorial Band directors are Angel Martinez, Deborah Luna, Araceli Rodriguez, Mark Hartman, Amy Calizales, Guillermo Rivera, and Alonso Avila. The Memorial Band would like to wish the Mission High School Band the best of luck this fall marching season. We hope you enjoy the second half of the day. And go Mustangs! Your attention, please. There are some trees that have been found for a black Jeep Patriot license plate GD7205. As you race your keys, you're up and press. At this time, we'd like to recognize the class of 2008. Reviewing the same class 2008. Please stand up and be recognized and welcome home. Ladies and gentlemen, some of your students in the Melbourne ground, the little Mustangs are set to run into the field. Let's give them a big hand as they come out. The little Mustangs are coming out and see the field.
And back here on football night in McAllen, and congratulations to our homecoming king and queen for 2017-18 school year. Our homecoming king is Oscar Beltran, and then our queen is Idiana Galvan. So congratulations. Oh, she is, okay. So congratulations to both of them. They took the picture that'll go in the yearbook, and there we see the little Mustangs coming out. These are kids from the elementary schools that will eventually feed into McAllen Memorial High School. So these are future Mustangs out there. I get to run out before halftime or before the second half of every home game. There we see the Mission Eagles coming out. Excited for this second half. They'll be receiving to start the second half of action. course, it was all Memorial in the first half. They're up 42-14. See the Mustangs ready. They'll be kicking off to start this second half. Take a look at the halftime stats, and it's Memorial on top 42-14. It's 28-0 before Mission got on the board. First downs fairly close, 11-9. Look at the rushing yards, though. It was all Mustangs, 253 yards in the first half alone. They're on a 500-yard pace just on rushing. More than about 120 yards more than the Eagles got. Passing yards were about the same. Both teams prefer to run. Total yards, of course, favoring Memorial. Penalties, 4 on Memorial, 3 on the Mission, and then 1 turnover on the Eagles. That was an interception by Michael Morales that helped set up one of the Mustangs' touchdowns. Mustangs also had a 55-yard punt return for a touchdown in the first half. 3 touchdown runs by Campbell Spates. And then the tight end, Josh Sanchez, caught a 17-yard pass for a touchdown from quarterback Sean Scugan.
And McAllen Memorial cannot rest on their laurels from the first half. They've got to keep playing hard because you think about this right now. Mission can cut the lead right now with an opening drive scores. Anything can happen in the second half.
Still plenty of time for them to come back. And here's the kickoff, and he fielded about the 5-yard line, run up to about the 20. This is Gonzalez across the 25. Now down the sideline on the right. Turns on the speed, cuts in at the 50. Still going at the 40. 4 Mustangs chasing him at the 20. He's going to take it. Not quite the distance. All the way. Yes, it's a touchdown. Looked like he hit down right about the 1-yard line. But the official there on the goal line puts his hands up in the air and rules a touchdown. 95-yard kickoff return for number 11, Sebastian Gonzalez.
And an incredible return. It just seemed like everybody was about to tackle him, but nobody could make that play.
Wow, superb run there, and the High Flyers enjoyed what they saw.
And like I said, there's plenty of time.
Oh, yeah. Well, they scored. And took them just 20 seconds. Now the extra point try. The holder is Alti Hedina. Extra point try by Rene Rodriguez is up and good. He's 3 for 3 in this game, and Mission cuts the lead in half. It's now Mustangs 42, Eagles 21, 20 seconds into the third quarter. We'll take another look at this terrific run by Rodriguez, who caught the ball on the left side of the field, ran all the way over to the right side, and then ran up that right sideline and took it the distance.
And right there, it looked like he was going to be tackled. He wasn't. And there were plenty of times to get him, and then right here at the end, it looked like both of those players had a beat on him. Oh,
yeah. And he was clearly down at about the 1-yard line looking at the replay, but likely would have punched it in anyway. It's ruled a touchdown for the Mission Eagles, 95-yard kickoff return. Guess you would feel bad for him if he ran 94 yards and didn't get the touchdown, right? So it's 42-21 is the score.
Give it to a running back.
Yeah, and they give it to somebody else, and his name goes on the score sheet. Well, the Mustang drum line keeping the spirits alive here on this homecoming night for McAllen Memorial.
Now, does Mission come out and do some trickery with their onside kick, with an onside kick?
Yeah, we saw Memorial with an onside kick in the first half. After they took a 7-0 lead, they come out with an onside kick, get the ball right back, and score again for a 14-0 lead. Mission's going to kick it deep, however. And Memorial going from right to left will pick this up at about the 15. That looks like Ace Chavez, and Chavez is going to be tackled about the 25-yard line.
And number 44, Luis Valdez, came flying through like a missile. Wasn't able to get the sack or the tackle, but was able to slow him down.
They're going to spot him right at the 25-yard line. Hope you're enjoying listening to this podcast here on McAllenISD.org. UIL rules prevent us from being able to show you the game footage, but you will be able to see the game in its entirety, video and audio, once the game is over. Here's a handoff to Spates on first down, and is hit after a gain of 1. Yeah, last night we had Nikki Rowe on. We were able to show that game, as the UIL rules don't apply on the Thursday night or Saturday night games, but here for Friday night games, more restrictions. Second down and 9 for the Mustangs.
Memorial was able to capitalize on running on the outside, starting it going into the inside, but really punching it on the outside. We'll see if they do that in the second half.
Skugan in there at quarterback. We saw Almagada for most of the second quarter as Cruz carries this one all the way up to the 35, and it looks like enough for a first down. Gain of 9 on the play. Yeah, big crowd here, festive crowd here on this homecoming night, October 6th. Mustangs up 42-21 here in the early third quarter. Here's a handoff. Spates on 1st and 10, trying to turn the corner. Eagles have it strung out. They read that play well. I think on the tackle there was 16, Alexander Gomez, a linebacker. Spates got out to the 37-yard line, a gain of just 2 on the play. The Mustangs have the perfect offense for having a lead. They like to run the ball. They're good at running the ball, and that's good at running out the clock as Skugan keeps it this time, and Mission was ready for that, so maybe a halftime adjustment there as Justin Tamez surged in from his linebacker spot to make the tackle. We saw them have good success with that in the first half, didn't we?
Yeah, in the first half they were able to roll out on that one, but Mission's coming right at them. They're picking up either the handoff to Spates or that keeper.
So we take a look at their replay here. Yeah, Skugan had a couple of the handoff and then selling well and then darting to the outside. Now here's Skugan rolling out, but it's a blitz on and they're going to sack him. Wow, Mission, the perfect defense on all 3 of these plays is that they force Memorial to what could be their first punt of the. He's got a ton of all-purpose yards.
Just seems to be able to outrun every tackle on those.
And Memorial are on defense here as Mission is going to toss this left. This is Moranta. Finds a little bit of a seam, is hit by Bagstad and pulled down after a short gain.
And I like what Mission's doing. Mission's going a little bit faster to the line, trying to increase his tempo.
We're going to give him credit for a 5-yard gain.
And we'll see here if they go in motion and reset the formation.
We're at 8:10 to play here in the third quarter. Mustangs up 42-21. Mission threatening at the Mustang 21 as Gomez wants to throw, flushed out of the pocket. Now takes off running, crosses the 20, is knocked down to about the 18, a gain of 3.
Great defense by the corners, not allowing him anything downfield. He's got to tuck it and run, but he does get positive yards out of this somehow.
And it's going to bring up a 3rd and short. Mission is 2 for 4 on 3rd down. So we take a look at the defensive end, Axel Hernandez. His teammate Chris Latta. 3rd down and 2. And the Eagles hand this off. That's Sebastian De Leon, hit at the line of scrimmage and forced back. And Esteban De Leon, who had a lot of power runs in that first half, including a 20-yard touchdown, is stymied here at the 19-yard line. It's actually a loss of 1.
And I have to imagine right here, Coy Detmer's team is going to go for this one. Keep that momentum going. Their defense is playing well, so I think that they think they can roll the dice on this play.
David Duran helping on the tackle there for the Mustangs. So Coach Coy Detmer wants to call timeout for the Eagles. And with 6:45 to play here in the third quarter, it's Memorial on top, 42-21, and Mission with the decision to make on 4th down. We'll be back in just a moment. Your child is family. Embraced with academic rigor, life skills, and enrichment, our students earn college credit, associate's degrees, licenses and certifications, and advanced diplomas. McAllen ISD. And back here on football night at McAllen, it's the Mustangs on top of the Eagles 42-21, 42-14 at halftime, but Mission ran the opening kickoff for the second half back for a touchdown, has cut the lead in half, and now Mission with the ball deep in Memorial territory at the 19-yard line. They 4th down and 3.
I have to imagine on this play, Mark, that they're going to let him bootleg it out, Damien Gomez. He's either going to have the option to pass or run, with probably run.
They've also got number 2 in there, De Leon. They hand it off to Joe Resendez. Big hole up the middle, first down, and all the way up to the 11-yard line.
And that's why I'm up here with you.
Well, they had the big guy, De Leon, and they had the speedy guy, Resendez, in there. They gave it to the speedy guy, Joe Resendez.
And a great play right up the middle, great blocking up the middle. And he comes free after he's passed the initial wave.
Mission up close to 150 yards rushing in this game. 6:20 to go here in the third. Drive is still alive here, 1st and 10. The Mustangs 11. They hand this off, and this is the big fella right here. That's De Leon, and he's upended around the 7-yard line.
And I really like the way he runs. He runs like an old school back, always looking for that contact right at the end to initiate the contact. He's not waiting to get hit. He's actually hitting somebody.
Yeah, he plays running back like a linebacker.
Yes.
See, he was knocked down by the safety, Wachuku. Wachuku came into tonight with 71 tackles. Leads the team. We're under 6 minutes to play here in the third. 2nd down and 6. Handoff. This is Maranta. Hit in the backfield, and he won't get anywhere. Not even back to the line of scrimmage. And they'll bring up 3rd down. I think Wachuku was also in on that tackle. Also Axel Hernandez getting in there. Ball spotted at the 8-yard line, so it's a loss of 1. 3rd down. Mission 2 for 5 on 3rd down. But they're 2 for 2 on 4th down. So a 3rd down and 7. 4:55 to go in the third. Man goes in motion left. It's going to be play action. Roll out to the right. Looking into the end zone, firing into the end zone, tipped away and incomplete. Good pass defense there by the Mustangs. Pass was, it looked like it was intended for Alti Hirina, the junior receiver. And that'll bring up 4th down.
And on that play, I saw number 7, Alejandro Lopez, was open on the backside of the end zone, coming right across towards the middle. But he had to get rid of it. And tough pass. Michael Morales right there with the deflection.
Yeah, good play by Morales. He already has an interception in this game. And the Eagles 2 for 2 on 3rd down. Break the huddle. There's only 3 seconds left on the play clock. They get it snapped in time. 4th and 7. Gomez forced out of the pocket, throws into the end zone, and it's bobbled and incomplete. Almost caught by Ray Garcia, but he bobbled it, then got hit, and that knocked the ball loose. I think it was Wachuku who was able to jar that ball loose, and it's a turnover on downs.
And that's a great hit by Wachuku, because if he would have caught it, the ball, he tried to catch it with his body, it popped off of his body, and Wachuku was able to knock it away.
We take a look at the replay here. Gomez rolled out right, had nowhere to throw, and then came back to the left and found Garcia open. But yeah, big hit by Wachuku, knocked that ball loose. It would have been a sure touchdown.
And Garcia he needed to catch it with his hands right there. That's one of those times you just need to see that ball in. It hits his body and bounces right off.
So 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. They take over at the 8-yard line. Mission drove it all the way down there, but unable to get any points out of it. And it's a handoff to Cruz, who carries it for 3 yards to the 11. And Victor Gutierrez in on the tackle. 2nd down and 7 now for the Mustangs, so you see the replay. Just a massive humanity down there at the 11-yard line. Mustangs will come out the tight end on the right side, or rather the left side. They run it left. That's Scoogin. turns the corner, has the first down, and forced out of bounds. He's all the way up to the 24-yard line, a gain of 13 on the play.
Like you said in the first half, his offense is pretty balanced. He passes about as much as he runs.
Mm-hmm. And we've seen that again here tonight. Probably a little bit more running. He does have a touchdown pass back in the first quarter to Josh Sanchez. And now here's Scogan again on a quarterback keeper. Left side, picks up a block at the 30 and forced out of bounds at about the...
Oh, no.
And a late flag.
He's going to get called for taunting.
Out of bounds at the 34, and I think that's close to a first down. But, yeah, a flag came in well after the whistle.
Yeah, you don't want to do that, especially on that play. There's no harm in that play.
Conduct. Number 10 on the offense. 15 yards. The end of the run. First down.
And they're kind of fortunate that they did pick up the first down there. Otherwise, it might be second and
down.
A big hole. But it's
no, it is
excuse me, it is second down.
So second and long.
Yeah, so
About
he must have
15
gotten
yards.
about 9 yards then, or 9.5 on this run.
This right here is where he...
Oh, just kind of knocked
No
heads
reason.
there a little bit.
No reason on that one.
And with the official 2 feet away. Here's a pass, roll out, caught by Bazan at the 29-yard line, and he spins his way up to the 31. So pick up 13 of the 15 yards that they lost on the penalty, and it'll be 3rd and short. You see the replay there, and the tackle on the play by Weldon Gerald, a couple of other teammates. And on 3rd down and 3, they'll toss this left. That's Cruz. Cruz with the big hole, 1st down and more into the secondary across the 45 and all the way up to the Mustang 47-yard line. It's a gain of 16.
Some great lead blocking there, too, by Alex Cordova, I believe. Oh, no, excuse me, by Ethan Bazan.
Mustangs convert on 3rd down, and they were in a long 2nd down there after the penalty, and they're able to keep this drive going. Big running night for the Mustangs. They're up to 295 yards on the ground. It's the last 3 minutes of the 3rd quarter. Stugan's going to hand off to Spates, who runs into a wall of Eagles.
And Mission on that play sold out. They were coming regardless on that one. That one could have been a play-action touchdown right there. Everybody was coming.
Yeah, loss of 2 yards. And Spates had nowhere to go and was wrapped up by
a wall of white.
Big defensive tackle there, Derek Cavazos, and then 2 or 3 defenders.
And Derek Cavazos is very healthy right there, coming right at him.
Put him in a big bear hug. Scogan rolls out to his right side, going to throw toward the right sideline. This is incomplete, intended for Bazan, who was closely covered by Andre Royale.
To bring up 3rd and long.
Yeah, 3rd and 12 now. Mustangs 2 for 4 on 3rd down. They've only punted once in this game, leading it here 42-21. You take a look at that replay.
And Mission is manned up across the board. Looks like.
And here's a quarterback draw by Scogan. Big hole up the middle, picks up a downfield block from Robles, and now still going at the 40, now to the 30-yard line, down to the 28 in Mission territory. It's a 27-yard run on 3rd down by Scogan.
And on that play, you'll see number 50, the linebacker, Justin Tamez, the outside linebacker for Mission. He doesn't react quick enough, and Scogan's able to just get out in the open. He started peeling back on that one. He needed to come up.
I think Andre Royale helping on the tackle, but not before he ran for 27 yards on 3rd down and 12. And here's handoff, Spates up the middle, big hole there, 1st down and more. Darts all the way up inside the 20, inside the 15 actually, to the 14-yard line. 14 yards on that run.
That's a great run by Spates too. Right at the end, you'll see him hurdle the defender. Quick little hurdle over the top, saving his legs. He's just an incredible runner.
Brought down by Gomez and Andrew Maldonado. Now a split backfield, and with Angel Almagueda's in there at quarterback.
Mission's bringing the house.
And it might be a busted play here as Almagueda takes off to the left. It looked like he wanted to pitch it to somebody. Nobody was there. And he is hauled down for a loss of yards back at the 17. They lose 3 on the play.
And Mark, we're almost done with the third quarter.
Yep. Last 40 seconds of the third. Coach Coy Detmer there on the sideline in his second year as head coach of the Eagles. And second down and 12. We got Scugan back in there at quarterback. They hand off to Cruz, off tackle right. He's bottled up after a gain of maybe a yard. So this will bring up 3rd and long once again. Mustangs are 3 for 5 on 3rd down. And it looks like they'll walk to the other end of the field, won't run another play, and let the quarter run out. In the last 5 seconds here. So there we are. We're at the end of the third quarter of play. Mission gets a touchdown, holds Memorial scoreless, but Memorial still in front with a commanding 3-touchdown lead. It's the Mustangs 42, the Eagles 21 after 3. Football night at McAllen. We'll come back with the fourth quarter in just a moment.
One of the big advantages of having your child come to McAllen School District is they have a registered nurse at each and every campus. Our registered nurses are readily available for all our students, and our focus is on your child's success.
And we're back here at football night in McAllen, and they're up on the scoreboard. I don't know if you can tell, but they're honoring an alumni of the week, something they do at every home game. And this is from the class of 2010, Mark Alenius, who is a captain in the U.S. Army and serving at Fort Sam Houston in San Antonio. And we're certainly proud of him and wish him the best of luck. And we're glad to see him representing the Mustangs well, as Scugan is forced to throw that one away.
And they're going to call intentional grounding, it looks like. He didn't get it back to the original line of scrimmage. Or to the line of scrimmage, excuse me.
He was rolling out to his right. Let's see what referee Fred Gracia
he's talking
decides
to
here.
He and Zeke Zagovi are talking it over.
And that was 3rd down, too.
Intentional grounding on the offense. Bad foul. Loss of down.
That'll bring up 4th down and long. We'll see if they bring on the field goal unit, or maybe elect to go for it here. I mean, you've got a 3-touchdown lead.
I think so. I think you put Mission in a long drive position if they are able to stop them.
So this will be the 13th play of the drive coming up that started at Memorial's own 8-yard line. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Good call right there.
He needed to get it back to the line of scrimmage. He just tossed it out of bounds.
So facing 4th and 23, they will go for it here, but there's a whistle right at the snap.
Before snap, timeout, McAllen Memorial.
Oh, and the Mustangs elect to call a timeout. With just 10 seconds gone here in the fourth quarter, it's Mustangs 42 and Mission 21. Memorial facing a 4th and 23. Let's take a break. You're watching football night at McAllen.
We love a good game. But here at Bogus, we don't believe in games and gimmicks when you're buying a new vehicle. Just real deals, friendly service, and fair prices. It's better at Bogus, in Harlingen, in McAllen, and always at bogusford.com.
And we're back here on football night at McAllen. It's the Mustangs up by 3 touchdowns, facing a 4th and 23. They're 1 for 1 on 4th down in this game. And with the 3-touchdown lead, trying to keep the drive alive. Here's Scogan out of the shotgun. No one open. Chase to the right side and right on his heels, almost running out of real estate, and now gets off a wobbly pass. It's hit as he throws. It's caught at the 2-yard line and in for the touchdown. Nick Dovad. And when it's your night, it's your night.
Incredible. I thought he was out of bounds, and he stayed inbounds and was able to throw the ball while getting hit in the back.
Yeah, he got hit right as he threw the ball, and so it kind of came out a little bit wobbly, but Dovad was able to run forward and make a catch at the 2 and then dart in for a touchdown.
A+ all the way.
That's the way to convert 4th and 23. There's a snap to Chavez, and the extra point is blocked. This is a live ball picked up at the 7. This can be run back for 2. And Chavez, the holder, forces him out of bounds. Spirited run there by number 1, Victor Gutierrez. Or excuse me, number 21. That was Michael Delva who picked it up. It was a blocked extra point. Let's go ahead and take another look at the replay of the touchdown. And this is unreal. This is 4th down. Scogan flushed out of the pocket, was running out of real estate, being chased by everybody, and then curls back inside, even had time to gesture where he wanted the receiver to go, and then had the ball flutter out of his hands, caught by Dovad at about the 2, and in he goes for the touchdown.
And that's why you go to off-season workouts right there, so you can have the strength. Look at, as you see him rolling out, it's another angle here.
Yeah, think how much mustard he had on this, that
Yeah.
he gets hit and the ball still makes its way about 30 yards downfield.
And that's why you work out all summer, so you can do that. Myself, I probably would get about 5 yards out of that pass.
So first touchdown of the year for Nick Dovad, the 5'11 senior. The Mustang band is happy about that. They don't even have the dance cam out right now, but they don't care. They're going to dance. They're enjoying this.
I'm glad my choreography is working.
I saw you out there before the game teaching them some moves.
It was either that or the robot.
So it's 48-21. Mustangs on top. And back to receive this kickoff is Steve Villarreal as Ricky Garcia makes a squib kick. It's picked up at the 22 and runs straight ahead. That's Moranta with a big hole at the 40, now crosses the 50. And Mission Special Teams has really been electric tonight, all the way to the Mustang 46.
Very solid team. You know, the score doesn't indicate how well this team plays. They're going to give people a run for their money in this district. Just didn't happen tonight. McAllen Memorial jumped on them early, and they just weren't able to come back from something like that. And I realize there's still 11 minutes and 28 seconds, but McAllen Memorial is playing pretty well.
By the way, that scoring drive for Memorial, a thing of beauty. 13 plays, 92 yards. And the last 31 yards, a touchdown pass from Scogan, his second of the game, to Nick Dovad. And here on first down for Mission, they have Damian Gomez, the quarterback, keeps it, runs up to the 41. Looks like a gain of 6 on the play, or a gain of 5 rather. They do credit him with 6 yards. 2nd down 4. There's a handoff, is bottled up at the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard for Moranta. And this will bring up 3rd down. 3rd down and 3. Bucks under 11 minutes to play here in the game. You see about 3 different defenders bringing him down on that replay. Play action on 3rd and 3. And Gomez is going to fire this one deep to the left side. It's incomplete. Looked like it was intended for Sebastian Gonzalez.
And there's a flag on the play. Let's see what the flag's about.
Yeah, flag on the play. Here's a look at the replay.
On the defense. 5 yards, previous spot. Retarded penalty, first down.
It's 7 penalties now on the Mustangs. And so instead of 4th down and 3, it becomes a 1st and 10 for the Eagles. So a costly penalty there by the Mustangs. Ten minutes, 30 seconds left to play in the game. There's an eye backfield. Looks like Moranta and Luis Tovado. It's De Leon who gets the carry at the 30. Breaks a tackle, still going, and then is hit and wrapped up by Wachuku at the 10-yard line. Like a
he looks like he's in pain as well.
15-yard run there by De Leon. Yeah, we've got a official's timeout now with 10:21 showing. Oh, and a flag is
on the play.
well.
It came out late. It looked like it's going to be a personal foul on Memorial.
That'll probably be tacked on.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 45, defense.
That'll be a half the distance penalty.
Half a distance to the goal. First out.
Which should put him about between the 5 and the 6 yard line.
So officials timeout right now with 10:21 to play in the game. Mustangs up 48-21. They led at halftime 42-14. Then in this second half, it's been a little tighter as the Eagles ran a kickoff back for a touchdown to make it 42-21. And then Memorial has answered back with a 31-yard pass to Nick Dovad. As we take a look at the Mustangs schedule here. And after tonight, the Mustangs will be back in this stadium a week from tonight, but they'll be on the visitors' sideline. It'll be a home game for the Mackay Bulldogs, and that's always a good one. The Mackay Bulldogs and the Memorial Mustangs, and we'll have that game for you on Friday, October 13th. And then the Mustangs go to La Jolla to play the Coyotes on October 20th. They have an off week. And then 2 games in November. A Thursday night game on November 2nd. They're at La Jolla Juarez Lincoln. And then on November 10th, that's a Friday night, they finish the season as the home team against the Nicky Rowe Warriors. And then probably a playoff game after that.
Now, there's some big games coming up for them. No bigger than this next week.
Yeah, Mackay struggled a bit in a tough non-district schedule, but they had a huge win against La Jolla just last night, Thursday night game.
Looks like their offense came alive.
Well, speaking of alive, we've got the Mustang mascots, Mustang Sally, and I want to say Mustang Sam. But they're happy tonight. And it's a 1st and 10, by the way, for Mission as we're back to action now. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. Here's a sweep to the right side, Moranta, and he's ridden down from behind by Wachuku. And it's no gain. Meanwhile, the clock continues to run at 9:45. And Mission down by 4 touchdowns.
And Wachuku's been making plays the last few plays. He's come up to make some big hits.
And the Prancers leading the chant. So Gomez getting the play signaled in. There's 5 seconds left on the play clock. 2nd and goal from the 4. Hand this off in the backfield, and surging in looks like a touchdown there for Alexander Gomez. He's a linebacker, but also plays a little bit at running back, and I think that's his first carry tonight. He goes in for the touchdown with 9:13 to play in the game.
And nice second half for Mission. They've really settled down on defense for the most. That touchdown for McAllen Memorial was just a sensational play after being hit. But for the most part, Mission's played very well in the second half.
There was a flag
Substitution infraction on the kicking team. 12 men on the field.
There'll be a 5-yard mark off, and so a slightly longer extra point try now coming up for the Eagles. Score is 48-27. Mission down by 21. And so this will be a 25-yard extra point try. Rene Rodriguez is the kicker. His kick is high enough, long enough, and it's good. So with 9:13 to play here in the fourth quarter, score is now 48 for the Mustangs and 28 for the Eagles. Let's take another look at that touchdown. A 4-yard run by Alexander Gomez for the fourth score tonight for the Mission Eagles. You see there coming off the field is defensive end Lalo Cortez. And here's another look at that score. This was 2nd and goal. You can see
a nice dive up the middle.
Yeah, followed his blockers. They had a good surge off the line of scrimmage. And Mission cutting into the leads. Now 48-28. We'll be back in just a moment.
At Rio Bank, our goal is to help you grow and prosper with the right financial tools, quality customer service, and banking done with honesty and integrity. Rio Bank, your kind of bank, your kind of banker.
And we're back on football night in McAllen. You can see the massive 65-foot scoreboard there on the left of your screen. And Mission about to kick off. Memorial going from left to right here in this fourth quarter as this kickoff fielded about the 11-yard line. Run up across the 20 now, close to the 25, 26. And a nice little return there by Emiliano Cruz. And Memorial will have the ball, 1st and 10, with 9:07 to go here in the fourth. Now, at what point, Jake, do you think maybe Coach Littleton thinks about substituting some of his regulars?
Well, you know, I still think that you don't want to leave the game in doubt. If you can get another score here, you might want to. I realize it's 3 scores. It's a 3-score game right now, but I'd probably try to get one more score on the board or chew up enough clock.
And there we see Scugan going around to the left, spins around, has the first down at the 50. Now it's a foot race at the 40, sheds another tackler. Now at the 10, he's in for the touchdown. Are you kidding me? 69 yards. The quarterback, Scugan, scoots all the way downfield. That was just pure speed.
You might want to ask me that question now.
Yeah, there's the touchdown, the extra touchdown. And it's 54-28. It's a season high in scoring for the Mustangs. They had 49 last week against Palmview. And now they've got 54 up on the board. So 103 points scored by the Mustangs in the last 2 games. The Mustangs call timeout before the extra point try. Not sure what that's about, but it gives us a chance to talk about that terrific run by Scugan. 69 yards. It's just a one-play drive. There's 8:52 left here in the game. I've run out of room to write down all these touchdowns. Always keep track of who has the touchdowns and run out of space on my chart here. This is a great move there he made.
I love the spin.
And now look at him just outrun the defense there. Sheds one tackler. Got one man chasing, but all the way down 69 yards. Just a thing of beauty. It's 54-28 right now. The Mustangs about to kick the extra point.
It's nice to have a quarterback that has blazing speed like that. Because it was another gear when he got past the line after that spin.
Yeah, he did that. Had the nice move and then does just pure speed there. He took that one the distance, and it looks like the Mustangs will go for 2 here. They did miss an extra point earlier. It's a toss to Cruz left side, and he runs it in for a 2-point conversion. So the score: Mustangs 56, Mission 28. 8:52 to go here in the fourth quarter. And we'll take a break. We'll be back with the kickoff in a moment. You're watching Football Night in McAllen. And we're back here on Football Night at McAllen. There you see the tail end of Scott Scugan's 69 yards run. His previous long was 64 yards, so this one is a new long for him and his third touchdown of the season. Third touchdown rushing, that is. He also has 2 touchdown passes here tonight. And here's the squib kick picked up at the 21 by Mission and run up ahead to about the 34-yard line. And on the return was Alti Hedina, and on the tackle was Nathan Sanchez. Well, that was a one-play drive of 69 yards. The Mustangs, Jake, now over 400 yards rushing, 401. And you got an official's timeout on the field. This reminds me of back in the 90s when Nebraska would play like a team like North Texas or something like that in the first week of the season, and they would pile up 400 or 500 yards on the ground in some of those games.
Yeah, that's when you played the Sisters of the Poor so that you could rack up your stats and increase your ranking in the polls.
Yep. Of course, Mission's been a lot tougher than that tonight. They have scored 28 points, but it was Memorial jumping out to a 28-0 lead early on as we take a look at some of the accomplishments and championships won by Memorial's athletics. This is all last year, 2016-17. You can see football, they were district champions. Also had 15 players on the all-state academic team. So I know Coach Littleton really stresses those academics as well. In volleyball, they were co-champions in district with Mackay, by-district champions, area champions, went to the regional tournament, I think, for the second year in a row. And you can see even down to the freshman level in volleyball, they're a very strong program under Coach Lorena Lopez. And then cross country boys, they were real strong. I think they won district for the first time ever last year in boys cross country. And of course, just about every sport, they are very strong. As Damian Gomez wants to throw, flushed out of the pocket, and now it's going to throw it long down the right side into a crowd, and that's going to be picked off. And that's Wachuku, the safety, back there, and it's the second pick of the night for the Mustangs. And for Wachuku, that is his first interception this season. That's the second turnover tonight for Mission.
And it's the second one he's thrown that you just kind of question because he's doing it on the run, almost in distress. And this one also was a kind of a wounded duck.
Yeah, you see Wachuku, all he had to do was play center field and kind of wait for it. A couple of Mission receivers were down there, but there were 3 Memorial defenders in the area. They threw it into a crowd. And it's 1st and 10 Mustangs at their own 35-yard line with 8:30 to play. They hand it off to Cruz, who picks up 5 yards.
Hey, you know, Mark, you kind of saw this coming. You know, Memorial scheduled San Benito, Los Fresnos, Weslaco East, you know, very tough non-district schedule. And Pioneer as well. It led to this because Los Fresnos in the San Benito game showed some deficiencies that they really corrected, and they've showed it the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, San Benito and Los Fresnos were both able to move the ball on that defense, and Mustang defense, although they've given up 28, one came up via the special teams, so really just 21, but has really shown a lot of improvement here tonight. A couple of turnovers they produced, and holding Mission on downs when the Mission was down inside the 10-yard line back in the third quarter and threatening to make this game close. See a gain of 2 right there, so it's going to be 3rd down and about 3 for the Mustangs. And got to give some credit here to Mission as well. They're down 28-0. They did not give up, did not fold the tent by any means. They have continued to fight in this game and have put 28 points up on the board. But they have not been able to solve that vaunted Mustang rushing attack. So 3rd down and 4 officially. They're going to hand this off. This is Spates trying to get around the right corner. Is hit at the 41 and then forced out of bounds. That's going to be short of the 1st down by about 5 yards.
Spates at the end was trying to stay inbounds to run that clock, but just didn't think about it until he was right there.
We've got an official's timeout. We see Spates, who has somewhere north of 150 yards rushing tonight and 3 touchdowns, all of them long runs. So 24 yards, 39 yards, and 12 yards. And Mustangs facing a 4th and 5. Will likely be punting the football. 7:13 to go here in the ball game, and it's Mustangs on top, 56-28.
You know, Mark, if you think about it.
Go ahead.
Oh, if you think about it, it could have been a different game if Mission was able to score when they were inside the 10-yard line and hold them back off of that incredible Scoogin pass where he was getting hit. You know, that's a 14-point swing right there.
Yeah, very much. It could have been 42-28 going into the fourth quarter, and you know, still plenty of time left for the Eagles to make something happen. So the game a little bit got kind of close there, a little bit dicey there in the third quarter. But Mustangs have reasserted their dominance and now lead at 56-28. They have the ball right now, although it is 4th down. I think the trainers are coming off the field, so they'll be resuming the action here. And Memorial has their punting unit out there on the field. It's going to be Ricky Garcia. This will be just the second Mustang punt tonight. And there's the snap. And Garcia, nice high punt's going to force the receiver back to his 18, and fair catches it. And that's Sebastian Gonzalez, and that's a victory there. Anytime you can get Gonzalez to fair catch, because he's had some big returns here tonight.
Great hang time on that kick, too. Able to keep it up just so you can get the coverage downfield.
Yeah, that was a terrific punt. He came in tonight averaging 36 yards per punt. And that one went 41 yards. .708 to go here in the fourth quarter. So here goes Mission. 1st and 10 at their own 18. Gomez, a short pass on a slant is incomplete. Is intended for Rodriguez. And good coverage there by the cornerback, Isagani Luistro. Mission passing tonight. They're only 1 for 9 for 37 yards. They did hit a big pass to their tight end, Ray Garcia, in the first half. And they had a touchdown pass that was knocked out of Garcia's hands. That was on that 4th down play in the end zone. Big defensive play by Huachuca, who's had a terrific night. Also has an interception. There's a handoff to Moranta. Off tackle to the right, across the 20 to about the 24. And it's a gain of 6 on the play. And that'll bring up 3rd down. Eagles are 3 for 7 on 3rd down tonight. Clock running now at 6:42 to play here in the game. And it's Mustangs with a season high 56 points. Mission with 28. 12 touchdowns these two teams have combined for here tonight. Now Mission will come out with 2 receivers to the left, 2 men in the backfield, but Gomez wants a timeout.
Eagles.
So we'll take a quick timeout, and with 6:20 to play here in the ball game, it's 56-28 Memorial. Eagles with a 3rd down and 5 when we come back.
The opportunities available to our children have been so diverse. Academically, socially, it all has been so wonderful.
MISD has surpassed our expectations, and we are excited to be a part of the district.
And we're back here on football night in McAllen. They had the dance cam going during the timeout. Kids are doing the Macarena. Those were popular back in the 90s and still popular with the kids today. It's a long pass on third down, goes incomplete, intended for Steve Villarreal, who was double covered there. Morales down there, and I think Huachuco. Luisfero also in the area, and that brings up fourth down. So the Eagles will punt. They haven't punted very many times tonight either. This would be just their second punt. The Memorials run one back for a touchdown in this game tonight. Had one at 55 yards by Chavez. So this one sails out of bounds in Mustang territory at about the 44-yard line. Correction, they're going to walk this up to the 50, right at midfield. So good field position here for the Mustangs. We'll see if we get any substitutions in there for Memorial. 6:09 to go in this game. We see some pink out there tonight. You can see some pink undershirts for the Mission Eagles, pink socks for the Mustang players. Of course, it's October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and both schools supporting that awareness. And here's a big handoff up the middle. Lots of room here. First down and more at the 25, being chased from behind all the way down to the 10-yard line. A.J. Castro, the junior running back. Boy, how many speedy backs does Bill Littleton have?
I know, incredible. I'm actually a little impressed with number 10, Andre Royal. Look at him come back and make this tackle, this touchdown saving tackle. But yeah, and McAllen Memorial just has a stable of running backs that they can plug in.
A good hustle there by the Mission defense, and a great run there by Castro, 40 yards. And we have a timeout on the field right now. This was called by Memorial, I believe.
It's injury timeouts. I think it's Alex Cordova is coming off the field, but he's coming off under his own power.
Yeah, both teams have one timeout remaining still. Now they start the clock again. It's under 6 minutes at 5:46. Mustangs with a first and goal from the 10-yard line. Quarterback is Amagad. They got an I backfield. He's going to pass this to the left side. Man, it's wide open. That's Scugan. And I think a whistle.
Eagles.
Yeah, the Eagles had not covered Scugan over there on the left side. They saw it on the sideline and quickly called a timeout. Otherwise, that's why it was an easy walk-in touchdown for Scugan, but the whistle had blown. And
many people might wonder, how did that happen? It happened in the NFL twice last week, so.
It happens. I mean, players just kind of, especially coming out of a timeout, you had a lot of substitutions, players walking back and forth, and you just kind of casually walk over there and act like you don't belong or anything.
Yeah, it's almost like an optical illusion for some.
Yeah.
You know, no, he can't be playing. But McAllen Memorial plays some good football right now.
And so Mission is forced to burn their last timeout with 5:35 left in the game. And the Mustangs with a first and goal at the 10. Will probably be content just to continue to run this football and let the clock wind down. The fans having a good time. And on first down, they'll hand this to Castro up the middle to the 5, down to the 4-yard line, picks up 6. And it'll be second down and goal from the 4. And the Mustangs now with a gaudy 455 yards on the ground tonight. Kind of wondering what the school record is. That's got to be close.
I'm not sure. I remember we've had the Granchellis, we've had Bradley Stevens, we've had Trevor Spates. There's been a number of sensational running backs and teams here.
There's Almagad under center, split backfield. Spates and Castro in there. Castro gets the call, toss left. and he goes in for the touchdown. And it's A.J. Castro gets his name in the score sheet, a 4-yard run for a touchdown, and the Mustangs now lead it 62-28 with 4:45 to go in this game. There's the extra point try, snapped at Chavez, and the hold, the kick by Garcia is good. And for Garcia, that's his 7th extra point here tonight. And the score is now 63-28. Mustangs in front with 4:45 to play in the game. We'll take a break. We'll leave you with another look at that touchdown run here by A.J. Castro. You can see Spates through a block. Also got a block from Bazan right at the goal line, and it's a touchdown for the Mustangs. Their 9th of the game. We'll be back in just a moment. McAllen ISD is the heartbeat of the community. Students can earn up to 60 college credit hours and even an associate's degree while still in high school, saving families time and money. McAllen ISD, excellent since 1908. And we're back here on football night in McAllen. Mustangs all over the Eagles tonight, 63-28. They were up 28-0 at one point in the first quarter. Actually scored 28 points in the first 8 minutes of the game. And Mission has fought back, but it's been the Mustangs who have maintained control. There's a squib kick. It's going to be picked up at the 25-yard line. Turn to the 30. Trying to get across the field laterally and now up to about the 37-yard line. A little return there by Altijerina. So Mission will have it at the 38. I think Memorial just content to do squib kicks and give up some good field position, but not wanting to risk giving up that long return that we know Mission is capable of. And Coach Coy Detmer there on the sideline for Mission.
And there's this misconception, Mark, that you have to go into the spread to have a good passing offense. But you look at Coy Detmer, who played in the NFL, they go with pro sets, or I formation. You know, what you would have saw, 10 years ago.
Yeah, classic football. There, the I backfield. Andrew Maldonado, by the way, had that last carry as first. And a gain of 4 on the play, at least 2nd and 6. Mission close to 200 yards rushing tonight, 187 they're at right now. There's 2nd down and 6. Clock is stopped at 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Gomez at the I backfield is going to hand this off to the I back. Looks like Resendez, and Resendez surges forward, and then the ball comes out, and I think this is a fumble, and it's recovered by the Mustangs' Nathan Sanchez, and it is a turnover. It'll be the 3rd turnover tonight on the Eagles, and a fumble recovery there by the linebacker Nathan Sanchez, his 3rd fumble recovery this season.
And there's a flag on the play.
Warning on Memorial.
I think getting a little bit too celebratory there on the sideline. Just a warning that the turnover will stand. And that, it was good hustle there by Resendez, and he was trying to gain a couple extra yards, was in a crowd, and they had the ball stripped away from him.
And this will be where McAllen Memorial, you see right there, the fumble right there at the end.
Looks like Morales.
Nice rip right there.
Yeah, Morales pulled it out, and he was clearly still up when the ball came out. And was recovered by Nathan Sanchez. So good. Morales has had a big night here too. He caused that fumble right there and has an interception earlier on. And I think he also had a tip of a pass in the end zone that might have been a touchdown. So a big night here for the Memorial secondary.
Great tackle there by the outside linebacker Thomas Garcia for Mission.
That's Castro with the football, who was brought down for a loss there by Tomas Garcia. It's a loss of 3 on the play. Clock at 3:40 to play. Mustangs just looking to run it out. We have a new quarterback in there. This is Castro straight ahead, has a first down, sheds tacklers all the way down to the 25-yard line. Castro with some powerful running.
And they're trying to chew time, but they're doing yards at the same time.
Yeah, they're not, trying to run up the score. They're just trying to run out the clock. But what can you do when you go 25 yards at a time?
And you can't tell your players stop after 5 yards. You know, you want them to play like they normally would.
And by the way, the new quarterback in there was Joseph Lara, who is a sophomore. And Mission jumps all over Lara here. Lara didn't even have time to hand it off. It's a loss of a couple yards. The clock is down to 3 minutes.
That was a little Lawrence Taylor there, coming right over the top of the line for that tackle. We'll have to see that on the replay.
Yeah, timed it just perfectly, didn't he?
Sensational.
I mean, he was committed. I mean, if he didn't snap the ball, he was still sailing across. That was Alexander Gomez, the linebacker.
Yeah, impressive. You don't see that too often.
Mm-hmm. Gomez has played some offense, too, in this game. He had a short touchdown run of 4 yards. But second down and 12 here for the Mustangs. 2:20 to go in the game. They toss this left. This is Castro trying to get outside. Wants to stay in bounds, but they force him out of bounds. That'd be something you want to be cognizant of as you get close to that sideline. Stops the clock at 2:14. By the way, we will have our post-game show coming up, so you want to stick around for that. Jake Berry will have some interviews with some players and also some highlights and some statistics for you. That'll be coming up right after the football game. Memorial up right now 63-28. There is a timeout on the field. 2:14 to go in the game. And Memorial with a second down and 7 right now. Or actually, it's third down and 7. Memorial up to 482 yards rushing in this game. Just incredible. We take a nice panoramic view of the stadium here. See the big scoreboard there comes into view on the left. For years, for the first 4 decades, the scoreboard was on the right side of the field, or from the press box anyway. It was in the south end zone, but now it's in the new one is in the north end zone. And Coach Bill Littleton, in his 14th year as head coach of the Mustangs, they were district champions last year, and looks like they'll improve to 2-0 in district play this season. And there we again see the shot. You can see the Eagles marching band there in the distance, the left side of the visitor bleachers. So they've started the clock running again now. It's at 2:10. The play clock is at 32 seconds, so the Mustangs can really run this one down. That may be what they're signaling into the quarterback Lotta right now, to just take his time there. It's now 22 seconds on the play clock. And he'll just keep waiting. Mustangs need about 3 more plays to run out the clock here in this game. They'll be 2-0 in district play, 4-2 overall. Mission will be at 500. They'll be 3-3 overall and 1-1 in district play. Now they snap it with 2 seconds left on the play clock. Hand off to AJ Castro, and the ball did come out. Is it a turnover? It is. And Castro, trying to hustle for a couple more yards, has the ball stripped away, and it's a fumble recovered by the Mission Eagles, and it'll be the first turnover tonight on the Mustangs. So that'll give Mission an opportunity here, maybe to get a late touchdown with 1:27 left in the game. Let's take a look at this replay, and you can see three Eagles had a hold of Castro, and before he went down, the ball was stripped away from him and then recovered by the Eagles. A good hustle by the Eagle defense. So we can get the number, and I think that was number 24, Tomas Garcia, the linebacker, who both stripped it and recovered it. So here's Mission, 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line, and they toss this right. The runner falls down, and Memorial was back in there. Luis Thro was in there, and Duran was in there. That was Resendez on the carry for a loss of a couple yards. Got the post-game show coming up with Jake Berry. Clock running at 1:03 to go in this game. Mustangs are going to be 4-2 overall. Mission will be 3-3. Our next broadcast will be Friday night, October 13th. So it'll be Friday the 13th. So it'll be bad luck for somebody as Memorial and Mackay, the big rivalry. They meet for about the 35th, 36th time, something like that. And here's a handoff by Resendez. A nice run of about 5 yards. And that'll bring up 3rd down and short. Of course, clock is running now at 34 seconds left. Mission's out of timeouts. Memorial's going to win this game 63-28. Mission, by the way, with about 195 yards rushing in this game, 37 passing, 12 first downs. For Memorial, an incredible 482 yards on the ground, 96 through the air. So 578 yards of offense for Memorial tonight, 20 first downs. This should be the last play of the game. Resendez runs up for a first down and puts his team over 200 yards rushing for the evening. And the clock stops at 2.2 seconds just so they can move the chains. And now the game is over. And Memorial wins it 63-28. 7 different Mustangs scored touchdowns tonight. It was Josh Sanchez, Campbell Spates with 3 touchdown runs tonight. And then Ace Chavez with a long punt return. And we had Emiliano Cruz with a touchdown run. Nick Dovar with a touchdown catch. One of 2 that Scugan threw tonight. And then Scugan himself took it in from 69 yards, the longest run of the evening for a touchdown. And then the backup running back, A.J. Castro, had the other one. So 7 different Mustangs finding the end zone tonight as the Mustangs put 9 touchdowns on the board and defeat the Mission Eagles by a score of 63-28. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm Mark May for Jake Berry, the rest of our MITV crew. Hope you enjoyed our football night in McAllen. Again, we'll be back next week as it's the Mustangs and the Bulldogs, and they renew the old rivalry. You have the post-game show coming up after this. You're watching Football Night in McAllen.
Welcome to the Sideline Show, the post-game show. And McAllen Memorial with a very convincing 63-28 victory over the Mission Eagles. In the game, 7 players got touchdowns, including Campbell Spates with 3 touchdowns, Josh Sanchez, Ace Chavez, Emiliano Cruz, Nick Tovar, Sean Scrugen, and AJ Castro. Incredible game for the McAllen Memorial Mustangs. Stepping up to the podium will be Coach Bill Littleton. Coach, I get to do this with you after a win, which gotta feel good.
It does feel good to do this with you after a win. Haven't got to do that here at home yet.
You guys, the last 2 weeks, have really turned up the offense, but the defense has really played extremely well.
Well, we played real well tonight. I thought we made some real uncharacteristic mistakes tonight. We had some penalties that we normally don't make. We got to get that kind of things corrected. You know, those things will bite you. So we got to make sure we get that corrected because they were uncharacteristic and we didn't do a very good job of that.
Today, your running game, your running attack was very efficient. What can you say about that?
Well, our offensive line's getting better and better every week, and our running back did a good job hitting the holes, and we're just kind of beginning to hit all cylinders right now.
Okay, what's next week look like?
Well, we got Mac High next week. It's always a big ball game.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that because it's going to be. We'll have all week to talk to you about the build up to that game. But you have to like where your team's at as far as what you guys have done the last 2 weeks.
Well, I got all the respect in the world for Mac High, their players and their coaching staffs. I know they're going to come to play. It's always underdog ball game, so we got to be ready. We know we got to be ready for that ball game because that's the game they got marked on their calendar. I promise you.
All right, Coach. What do we have that's come up to represent your team?
This is Nathan Sanchez, our Sam linebacker, and little Ace Chavez, our cornerback and punt returner tonight.
Thanks, Coach. Congratulations. Guys, talk to me about this game. Oh, let me have you come over here. You guys know the rules. All right. You guys have really turned it up the last 2 weeks. What can you say about tonight's game?
Well, we just have fun. You know, we came out and did what we were supposed to do, and at the end of the day, we won, and we just have fun doing it.
It was a big ball game. We came out to play, and we couldn't ask for more.
All right, big game coming up next week, Mac High. You know, one of the bigger games for you guys this year. You guys have played some tough competition. What's that game going to be like?
It's going to be a really big game, probably one of the biggest games on our schedule. We always take that game really personal to us, and we're going to come out, play hard, and hopefully come out with a win.
It's a big rivalry, and we hope to keep the tradition up, and we hope to come and show up next week.
Thanks, guys. McAllen Memorial, 2-0 in district. Congratulations. Well, that's a wrap for the Sideline Show, the post-game show. We'll see you next week when we have Mac High versus McAllen Memorial.